What up, look?
What's going on here? See? Hey, what's everybody doing? How's everybody going, Raider Nation? What's up, man? It's Coach Gravy. Something changed on my stuff, so I guess I gotta fix it. But if you guys see me, I guess that's the way the layup is. I'll check it out later. You guys can see me, you guys can hear me. Give me a thumbs up and see what's up. Hey, check it out. Just a little noontime, little talk to see what's going on, how everybody's doing. Yesterday we had a great live. Check it out. Check it out. Me, myself, Coach Gravy, Raider Gay 420 was there. Little, he came on time, really. And then the late guy was What Up Low. That's a real good game about what we thought about the situations that are going on now with the training camp and how things are going, and some other rumors that were being spread going out. And like always, the guys didn't agree. We didn't agree on things about, especially if who we want and who we gonna get and injuries and things like that. But hey, make sure you hit the like button. Tell people, let people know what's up, and tell them that Gravy's on right now. Just a little quick pop up show, see what's going on. But I usually say quick shows. They end up lasting a couple hours or whatever. But I'm here with you. I got my stogie. Gonna relax a little bit. Have some water, some stogie. But got my got a lot of got some stuff done today early in the morning. Got to the school. School's getting back in session. Excited about seeing the kids and how they grow up in the summers and stuff. And I also went to a football camp at a local high school. One of my good buddies is the offensive coordinator there, so I went and checked out their camp, and then uh, stayed there for a couple hours and looked at it. It looked like it got a pretty solid team, and then came home and just at noon and wanted to get together and talk about it. We're watching football. Went been what we can, um, training camp wise. Been listening to a lot of shows. And people got a lot of good games. I like this. I like the beginning of this because we don't really know things that are happening, and we're letting a real Raiderism come out as far as content creators, and a lot of us aren't saying, "Hey, this is all good. This is they have their concerns with it, and that's what I love because that's what I talk about, and we're gonna go for it from here. But I did semi get my mind changed a little bit on something that we're gonna talk about today. But first of all, man, I would say, hey, Jason Downs, thank you for being here, man. First one's up. What's up, Coach? How you doing? Jason Downs, thank you for being here. My boy Jeff, I was looking forward to your show today, Jeff. What happened? I think you said you and Chris were gonna have a Monday show, and usually I want to, but I had things to do. I'm not setting it in stone, but I thought you had a show early in the morning, 8. Maybe something happened. It doesn't matter, but if you want to keep that going, man. Mike Guerrero always was good, man. Good afternoon, bro. Hope you're at work or getting ready to go to work. I don't know what your shift is now. Probably moved up in the ladder over there. Thank you for being here, Mike. Robert Pena, what's up, man? How you doing? Thank you for being here with me. Quick my ass. Hello. Coach, late to call is 25 up down. Yeah. Low in debt, $25. Yeah. He did I'll do a little system. We got a little system that you got to pay fines and stuff. We get money now, but we ain't all into that yet. Jeff forgot I had a dentist one. Oh, you got to get your grill, man. More important than the show. I'll tell you that. You got to work on your teeth. Ain't no wrong with you. Get bad teeth, bro, at our age. Not good, bro. Yeah, that's cool. Jeff saying, "What's up, man? Had a dentist appointment today, the morning show." Anyway, we're all right. So what's up, everybody, on this beautiful day in Fresno, California? It's not that hot yet. It'll get there. Supposed to start getting a couple of days of 100 degrees. What's it like over there where you're at, man? What's it like over there in Denver, Mike? What's it like in New England there, Jeff? Nice and cold, or it ain't no 100 and something? I don't know where Jeff lives at. I mean, I know where Downs lives at, but I hope it's not 100 and something. Here we go, Mikey already talking the shit. Devin White way better than Spillane. Nah, can be. He was Mike. He was way better than Spillane, but dropped off a little bit. 98 in Denver, huh? Close like here, bro. Nothing new for you then, 98. You're a Cali guy. Humid as fuck over there where Jeff is at. Yeah, my sons live in New Mexico, and they told me it's humid. Or it was raining. I have three sons that live in New Mexico right now. So, and my daughter lives in Santa Clara now. Probably same weather as Bay Area weather, probably. Maybe a little bit hotter. But over here, hundreds. Sorry ass, hard ass Fresno. That's the way it goes. But as far as training camp news, I haven't heard nothing really. Haven't been walking, hearing anything today. Been kind of busy. Usually I would check before I would have a show, but probably just a normal day. I don't know. Maybe they got a day off with all the excitement that was going on. Raider Paul, what's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you. Do I miss Logre? Hell yeah, I miss my boy. Do you miss him? He spends more time with you guys, the COD mob, than he does us. He did. That's a COD mob start coming. And I told him that's code for let's go get off the library. B Raider, what's up, man? Thanks for being here, new guy. Hey, sub the Coach Gravy Show, Raider Nation Live. That includes me, Raider Gay 420, and What Up Low, man. There's three of us. Check out the show, man. We're gonna have a show Tuesday. Might have a little guest, a fellow Fresnan. Got a lot of you guys out there. My Guerrero, salute, B. What up, B? Thank you for being here, bro. I got my dude, Jason Downs, again. Modesto daughter moved out, getting a room ready for the Raiders room. That's the way to do it, my guy. Get the hell out of my house if you 30 years old or 26 or something like that. It's time to roll out. This young generation gotta get it moving, bro. You can't stay at your mom's house, 30-something years old. You gotta bounce. Time to get your shit together. We'll get your buckets in a row and fucking move out. It's expensive out there. Fuck it. Go. Hey, my dog Chewy, man. What's up, bro? Gravy, what's up, big dog? How you doing, man? Good. Very well, man. Nice show. They're long shows, dude. Welcome to the club. Gravy is known to have 8, 9, 10-hour shows, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get on one of those and that's dope, bro. You just talk about ball all day. That's great. Freestyle, man. Best one. Just like right now, bro. Freestyle. See what's up. Have fun with everybody, bro. What we talking about here, Micah Chewy, Fresno's in a belly. Way to go, bro. Definitely. Max, better do that against a real QB. Yeah. What do you think of that discussion, Mike, we were having last night, man, about pairing this dude up with it? I know what ain't gonna happen, bro. You know, I know that this Michael Parsons. We'll start off that right from the get, and I don't think people are real, you know, thinking that this really is gonna happen. It's gonna be. I understand what people are saying, but hey, people always talk to me in fucking fantasy lands and fantasy worlds and thinking that, you know, logically, I love hearing it. I love hearing it. Licky T, what's up, man? How you doing, bro? Thank you for being here, bro. Sam Tonka, haven't seen you in a minute, bro. Thank you for being here, bro. Salute. Salute to yourself, bro. How you doing? Here we go, B Raider. But you know the records that I hear guys saying, man, is we don't we don't really have a legit chance, you know, as far as I'm thinking, you know, DB wise, DB wise to be successful in the league, and then B. Real Johnson broke his leg of collision with Max. Hey man, that's gonna happen at training camp, you know. So that's gonna happen. Unfortunately, it did happen. House Junkies, what's up, man? Salute to yourself, bro. And it's bad. You know, I kind of take back what I said, but it's not a big detriment. It's a detriment to our DB room because Lonnie Johnson was a significant part of this rotation as far as what we see as depth chart wise. Now I don't think Lonnie Johnson was, you know, he fought for the for his position, and Johnny Johnson was mostly a gunner in special teams, a very good gunner. We lose that special team wise, but he was he was in the lineup as a number two in his position, where he could play safety and DB. But at safety, he was backing up Pal Mall. Actually, Paul, you're wrong. I like the way Minshew moved, but when it Minshew play that bad, I know he was terrible for the Raiders. Okay, but when was he that bad? When did he was that bad in the NFL until he came to us? The situation was all jacked up last year. I'm just gonna. That's it. That's it. You know, I was cool with Minshew. Yeah, you know, people could say, "Nah, fuck that," but they was down with the dude when he was in there, and then it just escalated with both of them. With both of them, Raider Paul, this year is different, man. This year is different. So I'm believing you with that. I'm with you with that. It's close. I gotta be, saying what's up. They got the Raiders on right now, bro. Right now, they got them in training camp talking to big old Coleman. That's a big motherfucker. Cole Miller's a big. Check out the inside camp right now. Look at who's in the house. Welcome, man. Natural born killer. That's Dirty Raider. I haven't seen him out in the open, but what up, dude? How you been? Good to see you, man. Fellow commentator, has great shows with Lou and stuff. Go see what's up. Thank you for being here, Dirty. Appreciate it. Thank you for seeing me, man. Taking time off your busy schedule to come check me out. Love it. Everybody wants to be a Raider fan now. I see it, Paul. I know you real one. I know you a real one, bro. I don't question your shit. I just question what you say and your thoughts. It's all good. It's all good. But here's a situation where I kind of changed a little bit. I changed a little bit in my approach of thinking something. I go. I had a lot of pushback when I was saying that JPJ moving the guard, is all right. I don't have a problem with it. Now I don't know what the feedback is. You know what was going on, but I don't know what the feedback is on or what everybody else is saying or what these, because I haven't been watching a lot of people, but it's gonna be the point to where I heard my man. I was watching this show last night. You know, guys know 805 Severe and my boy Chris. I'm gonna give him credit for this because I hear people and I change. I change my mind. It could be anybody, man. If Raider Paul could say something that we think is fucking stupid, and I agree with the dude. You know, I would agree with the guy, but Chris did it in a way. Severe, they do it in a way where they collectively work good together, to where they what they say it comes out so good. You know, my etiquette is kind of messed up. I know what I'm saying sometimes, but you guys trip out on it. But they were saying, why are we messing with it? Why are we messing with? Gotta get you on sometime, Gravy. Everybody asks you Fresno boys get hooked up. Yeah, man. We'll get together. The bad thing is you know IG, and that's the easiest way to get around to people. That's the easiest way for me to send you shit. I can send it to you, you know, on IG. But situate that, bro. It'd be way easier to get you on shows or whatever to do that, Chewy. So I heard you told me what your situation was. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but just do it for a show, bro. You wanna pursue this? You gotta basically have an IG. Just say I ain't playing with it like that. Well, you know the trust got to be there, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure you'll be good with it. And I'll be on your fantasy. Just let me know. Send me the information. I'll get on it. Look for Gravy. I have IG. We can do it real quick in and out, and then just give me Adams to nickel. They need to move Adams to nickel. Okay. But hey, Paul, hold on that because we're talking about the offensive line now. Okay, we'll get on that. I'll get on that with you. But Mike Guerrero is going to hear. It's not a different center or guard as long as a part of the five. Yes, sir, but they're mixing things around. Mike, I was saying, hey, look, this dude's going to be a good center, right? But I like him at guard because I know he can do that too. Meredith was a great center last year. He was one of the top, I want to say, 8 guards in the league last year. And we were fucking with that. You know what I mean? And Parham couldn't do none of that. You know, Glaze stepped up, and then we had JPJ at guard until he moved to center, and then they played better when then Miller had. But with Meredith at guard, when he was a top guard there, why are we messing with that? But he's never played center before, and I took heed to that. My boy Chris said that, and I agreed with him, and I give up props to Chris and Severe and 805 for saying that. You know, they were basically said they don't like it, and then that brought me back to my roots because I don't like changes either. We're not questioning why is this happening. We were, but we're not saying it the way they did for one. But you know, is there any questions being asked when they're on these press conferences about why are we doing this? You know, is he saying anything? You guys enlighten me and tell me that he's doing it. And but we got to look at it that way. What's all this mess of the switching around? And then they brought up Kappa with a signing that I agreed with. That you know, they mentioned that he was the worst offensive lineman in a certain year, and we're paying him, you know, more money than the guys we got. And then what it looks like, we're doing this too. And I thought about this also, was that maybe we picked offensive linemen very high in the draft. So if you guys think that these offensive linemen that we picked high in the draft are just in a that are supposed to just sit around and wait 3-4 years to do something, that's bullshit to me. If you guys think like that, then you're gonna wait forever for the Raiders to win, like I've been doing for 20-something years. If you're 55 years old, you like me, you know exactly what it feels like to win a Super Bowl, because we were at the age of our last Super Bowl, in the 80s. But in the 70s, we were young. I remember the game, but I was fucking around this year. You know what I mean? We were fucking around. Do you think Jack Beck will be a starter this year? What it looks like is no, it's not. It looks like Trey is taking over that slot spot, and he's holding on to it. So Besh will get in. He's going to play every game. He's going to be involved in the offense, and he needs to do that. If there's a situation where he gets beat out and doesn't get no playing time, I'm gonna bitch about it, B Raider. You should too. He has high potential. He has to produce because he's a second round pick. If not, we failed it. We failed it there. But I expect a lot from him. I like his game. He's real strong, hard to tackle, runs good routes. You know, he just we need to get him a lot of work. If I'm hearing he's in there, but he's going with twos, and that's a concern. What up, Tonka? JPJ, a guard that could be an underrated move. Dude is a mauler. He's a mauler, yes, sir. I just, I say this too, Sam Tucker. I say that we, as Raider fans, think that JPJ is this all world center. Okay. And I know how to I know how to hold back off this to to do to think logically to where you know what JPJ might be a good center. He was the best center in college because he won rewards, right? Right. We got a safety that won that award, and he ain't seen shit, a lick of minutes in the NFL. So really, what does that mean? What does that do? He's a damn good offensive lineman. I know that because he could play guard, and we bitched about that too because James had his shit that he did, but we can't. He's not here now, so all we're gonna do is just talk shit about James because we had JPJ there. But look, to add it to the point that what my guy said is that they're upset because Meredith has never played center before. I understand that, and we should be concerned with that. But JPJ is a damn good guard too, and we haven't solidified that right tackle in the last couple of years, 3, 4 years probably. We haven't solidified that tackle, and we know that Parham plays better on the left side with Miller. We've seen that before. That's what I was saying yesterday. But I understand what people are about the moving around. He's a center. Why are we messing with that? We think he could be an all-pro center. Coaches are different. Is it something that Pete Carroll's son wants to make his point and say, I don't know. Or maybe it's better scheme-wise that the mauling, the toughness, the shit that JPJ does will be better at a guard. He could do that as a center, but he's limited. Or it could be maybe he's not or it's not NFL. It's different in the NFL than it is to the protections. These dudes are doing shit that they're not doing, but do it. You gotta process that quick. Maybe he's not good at that. Maybe Meredith is. I've heard around the league that Meredith is a very smart guy. So that matters. That matters in the NFL. You have to be really smart to be an offensive lineman. You just don't go out there and throw shit around. Here we go. We got my homeboy Omar in the house. What's up? Best getting in regardless. Here comes Omar. Oh man, I've been lagging on the chat. Shit, the 70 I wasn't even thought of. Yeah, bro. I remember that. I remember that game. I was young, bro. It was a long time ago. It'll have been a long time since the Raiders were legit winners. Dominating shit. We do this 1 year, 2 year, getting all happy about Bishaya's little team that we fucked it off. We didn't belong there. We backed into the playoffs. Got lucky because the teams lost, and then we didn't come up with it. And we had the inspiration, we had the drive. Teams were playing good. We had players playing good that I was out of the norm. You know, Derek Carr wasn't fucking up that season, but he ended up fucking up. At the game, he did. Here we go, Omar with the smack. Here we go. My guess is that Kappa didn't pan out, or Meredith was simply a way to keep Kappa off the field. Jackson Powers' versatile isn't necessarily a bad thing. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Omar. It's not bad. We gotta relax on this. Oh fuck, we're fucking up already. He's an all pro. He hasn't been designated that. But I know he played damn good guard. Over the top, to get noticed in the NFL guard. He could be a Pro Bowl guard, man. Cool Kev. Kappa got paid. Here we go. Got some smack from my boy Cool Kev. Welcome to the Holler Squad, Cool Kev. I put you in the chat, bro. You're all lined up. All I gotta do is accept that and get lined up, bro. I sent you a thing. All I need, I got one more dude to talk is my boy Raider Nation Jason. He gave me his. He's gonna be locked up. So Holler Squad or Raider Nation Live fantasy leagues are booked in full. We'll get further information in the long run. So I got you guys on the chats of those. I got you guys on the chat of those games there. Some of you on both of them. Well, welcome Auntie Six to the Raider Nation Live Fantasy. Good fantasy player. That one's probably better suited for him than the Holler Squad, but he's on both. So we'll check you out there too. We'll whoop your ass there too, bro. Good new guys, man. Way to go. We have this bad thing with Keppa. Keppa's not getting no love. It's mixed feelings with Keppa. I thought it was a good pickup. But when I seen how much we paid him, it's a grab. It's a lot. 11 million for 2 years. That's a lot for him, especially coming off a worst season in his career. I don't know if it was like a homie thing. How do you guys feel it? You know, I wanna, yeah, Omar Kukev joining it. You better get in the Yahoo. I don't want this shit. I don't want this. I don't want this shit. I can't build that. If you get on auto pick, bro, you ain't gonna be in the league. You better stop that. You better get in there. You can get in it. I sent it to you, but you have to have Yahoo Fantasy. You'll say we start taking all your players from you, bro. We start taking all them players from you, Kukev. You're gonna get crazy. They be getting the leg. Vasily, man, it's booked up, bro. If I get enough people, I'll get another one. But hey, Chewy, give me the information, bro. I'll sign up. I'll get in it with you. Let me know how much it is. I can't be in a big money one though. I'm in a bunch of those already. I'll be winning all the time, bro. I won both those leagues last year, and I didn't even buy myself a ring. See, I was incompetent. I was in the hospital when I won that shit. But big ups to my co-commish Omar. He held it down, man. No complaints. The only time they complained when I was there. Mikey comes out with the Geek Squad. We said we the Geek Squad for playing fantasy, but he on the COD mob that play video games all day. Did you try it, Mike? Maybe somebody will. You're the only one that says fantasies for nerds and they suck. You're the only one I know that says that. I had read her Deb said she hadn't played it, but she's down, but we were full already. You try it. We got to convince Mike to maybe do it next year. He probably on a bunch of fantasy leagues. He's just talking shit to us. But man, what up, Omar? Man, how you doing, bro? Good to see you. We're gonna get into the mix. We're gonna get into the fantasy in a little bit, but I'm already gonna dominate that. Auntie Six says he's gonna dominate too. But then we're getting back to the offensive line here. But I don't know. I don't know what the situation is there. I hope that I see what I see, and if it's gonna be JPJ at guard, we should be all right. Let's run with it. Let's go. So if it's gonna be the point to where we're gonna not get excited about the offensive line and just start saying that it sucks because JPJ ain't playing center, then it's a lost cause already, bro. You know, pumping up the team isn't gonna be the right thing. Man, I guess Omar Dua has a career to you line. I'll say it again to you. Nothing else, no one else, everybody else got the shit except for you. See, already, Omar, already. See, already trade bait. Day one after the draft, 5 minutes after the draft, I'm gonna be on Cool Kev's ass getting all his players from him. What? Shark, I'm gonna shark you, bro. The fantasy shark's in effect mode right now. What up, bro? Got arrested for running 7-figure fantasy league. It was poker games too, bro. I heard about those games he has, bro. They roll deep in there, bro. Hundreds of thousands of dollars house-wise for that. Buy-ins are great, dude. Buy-ins are deep. There'll be a lot of. I'll tell you this, bro. If it was a sting, if that was a sting, and they got a lot of people are gonna get busted for that. Or there's gonna be there's gonna be a big thing. They're gonna have a lot of names and shit in there that were gambling illegally and shit like that. It's gonna be D. JPJ confirmed that right guard. They confirmed it that he's a active right guard. Then look at the depth chart, see if he's in there. Because the depth chart gets updated every time. I'll check that out. Cool Kid, when I'm off the live, bro, and then I'll send it to you. Let me know your sleep times, bro, so I don't have to be bothering you, but you'll see it. Keep your eye open there. Just keep your eye open, and we'll take care of it for you. Or if Omar's home, we can do that because I'm doing this right now. So if Omar can get it to. It's Holler Squad invite. No, it's a. He's taking one of the ones that are got canceled. Omar. Well, I'll explain it to you, or just let me do it because who was on Holler Squad? I think it was Afakasi and Leo got out. So he got, I think, Leo's invite. Leo's team got it. Here we go, Michael. Personal JPJ sword fight from the center position and lost. Ooh, so we're saying Meredith is a better center than JPJ. Do you believe? You know what? My boy Chris and they talked about it. They said maybe Meredith playing better center than JPJ, and look at what we thought. I think JPJ would be a great guard. I think he would be the way he is. That's guard shit, bro. That's be a dog wherever he plays. Sally, that's as long as you protect Gino, bro. That's the way I feel about it, man. That's the way I feel about it. Who gives a fuck if he's not center? We think that he's gonna be the best center in the league, right? So he wasn't even getting that in the end of the season. You know, and if we want to, he took the blame for that loss in fucking Kansas City. So why did he do that? That right there's a point, little check mark on my list. He's a bruiser, but pull that motherfucker. Pull him and let him bruise these people up. He can't do that when he's a center. He's not that good to do that. He's not Kelsey good yet. Kelsey does that shit. He been decorated all-pro center for fucking 11 years or something like that. JPJ is new. He can be that way, but If Meredith is better, fuck, we got to think something about that. That this dude is a better guard, and Meredith has never played center before. I'm not saying that he took his job, but maybe it's better for our team that he's a he's a guard. I think JPJ is a better guard than Kappa. I know that. Meredith was a decorated guard last year, bro. He was a, and I don't know why they're not playing it. That's the situation where I say, why are we messing with it when Meredith was a badass guard last year? He was top guard last year, stat wise. But why would you mess with that? If you got already a guy like that, it's a different coach, different flow. But you make changes. I just don't want to see that doing. I don't. I want to see that they fuck up and then or they mess up and then we hear about it in mid-season or a couple of games in. It ain't working. We lose 2 games. Oh, we got to change everything all up again. They were fucking. It's gonna take 2 games to jail and get ready. Do that shit now. I'm glad they're doing it now. That's what I said. Is I'm glad they're doing it now. Here we go. Is Sanjita fool for calling JPD the best center on earth? And now he at guard. You can say that, but that's Sanjit's a Raider fan. He's good at what he does, bro. He has 60,000 fucking people on his shit for a reason, bro. So he knows what he's talking about. But we thought that as fans, and he's a good center. I'm saying you that, but they think he's a good guard. There's nothing like you can't take that back what they think, and we can't say they're stupid. Oh, they just had a presser. Robert Pena, man, yeah, maybe you could just shout out a little bit what was said about the offensive line. I'm sure he's getting asked about that. I'll check it out. I don't want no Kelsey face tattooed on my back. Nah, bro, no shit like that. I got too many tattoos on my back already. That's his motto, bro. He gets out quick. He gets out quick, bro, and that means something. But Meredith does too. Parham does, and it's important that the guards be able to do that. As far as what we think he's gonna do, it could be more. Having JPJ out there with his velocity and his, you know, the way he plays, it would be more of a power type. If you're moving this powerful man, then he could get there. Oh man, them dudes ain't gonna want that. Those defensive guys ain't gonna want that. So I like it. We do more inside stuff with him, and he's just down block or getting to the linebacker. He could do that. He got good feet to do that. But if this guy's moving, if he's pulling, if he's going to the other side, and this guy gets momentum, and how strong and aggressive and type lineman he's gonna kill people. I love to see that shit. And he'll be running right behind him, and then Auntie Genty just is chilling right behind. Oh man, a picture of that would be dope. I can't wait to see that. Law Dog, what's up, man? Good to see you, bro. How you doing? Night Owl, what's up, man? Again with the dude. Salute, Night Owl. How you doing, man? Hope you had a wonderful birthday last night with your wife. Remember that stuff. Coach got a transplant. I got no transplant, bro. What up, Bueno, man? Good to see you, bro. How you doing? I ain't got no transplant, bro. You talk about me. Just because I'm the only one here, you guys talking about me. No transplants, bro. What they say on the thing? Damn, that shit said he goes unsubscribe. Better subscribe then. Subscribe to all of us. Law Dog. Happy birthday to Night Owl's wifey. You still lit, man. Hope you had a great time, bro. Young people. I don't know how old you are now, but I like to say young men. Rock said he ain't got no tramp stamp. I ain't got none. Never, man. All right. As long as you win, bro. But the thing is, man, I don't have a problem with JPJ playing, and I'm hearing a lot of people say, "Oh, but it's a situation to where as nothing we can't do anything about it, but just talk about it. And if we're doing this, when is the skepticism going to come about the coaching staff for doing it? When are we going to say, hey, everything's all good as far as the coaching staff? I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anybody talk shit, you know. But it's just one guy. How good and how confident are we in about his son? Because he's a good coach doesn't mean his son's a good coach. He could be a good offensive line coach, but as far as I'm concerned, the one that deals with the offensive line is his son. What is his experience and reputation as far as offensive linemen are concerned? Was he in Seattle with them? Has he ever been on his own? It's just something I should have did because we never questioned why are they doing this. And then Chip Kelly has to be involved. I expect this from a guy like Chip Kelly. Mix in, match, checking things out right now. I'm cool with moving things around right now. But when it comes to game time, when we play New England, that shit better be set in stone. All this moving around shit don't need to happen because we're going to lose games that way. We got to figure it out. You know, we shouldn't be upset that he's doing that, but it's good to have that shit locked in. By the time you probably go into your second preseason game, then let these guys get backup spots. Let them fight for that. But your five should be set. Different situations on what down and have a guy come something like that, bro. But your protections and all that should be going, moving already. Law dog, here we go. These coaches are going to make the best decisions for this football team and win football game. And the thing is I agree with you, Law dog, but the thing is that we're going to have problems with it. Everybody is. I like to think that sometimes I know what coaches would think, and a lot of coaches do the right things for a reason, do the wrong. What we think is a bad decision, like right now. We're so up in our shit that JPJ's a great setter. He's always played it. He did this, he came in, won these awards and stuff, but it's the NFL now, bro. It's different. We have to understand that. We did Thornton's a deep threat. Okay, well then what about football as of now? You know what I mean? Is that really our game? Is that really what we do? The vertical game? We got him for a reason, right? We got this guy for a reason. He has to do intermediate other routes. Exactly my point. That's why Chip Kelly and Pete Carroll get paid millions of dollars to figure this out. Yeah, but there's situations where we could say, and there's excuses where we can say, Lodo, is that okay? If we do, real good coaches got this shit figured out. Okay. Now I know Chip Kelly's a type guy because I know I've been around his demeanor and I've been around what type of dude he is when he's coaching. So if he's gonna sit there and say, "All right, we could try this out," Chip Kelly's the type guy saying, "No, it needs to be done. It needs to be done this way, and it needs to be done, and we're not changing it." And then if you keep moving shit around, mistakes are gonna happen more often and more. It's gonna happen all the time because you're just trying to figure out a mistake, and then another one adds onto it, and then another one, and you're trying to fix a bunch of shit all season. So get it situated. Can this guy do everything here that we want to do right now? Are we on schedule right now? You know, and then you add things, you add stuff, but not players, not players. I don't think we're at the point to where we need to get new players, but these rookies need to get in there, bro. They're third round picks. You third, second round pick. You better be, your ass better be in there playing. I better see you play. A couple of reps, a bunch of reps, at least 20 in an offensive game. And we want these dudes to be good, and they're third round picks. We can't sit there and say, "Oh, it takes a couple of years for you to fucking move," and not fuck that. Especially our first round pick, Agenti. Ain't no wait and see for him. He got to bust out. Drastic. If he has to get going, a drastic. I'm hearing that. Bueno. Maybe he's not. I don't know, man. I don't know why. You know, that's not his. His NFL's different. Very, very different. Loud Dog, again, man, I think it's also cool people are getting trained in different people's positions to do different things next man up. Next man up is a great, logical thing to say, but the best man needs to be there all the time. We know that. And if we give them in a situation to where we're depending on backup players to be there and to start, then we should get. You know, we're not going to know if they're what they're going to be, but we need to get better guys there, either in free agency or we draft guys and just let it roll. Because that's what we're going to say about these young guys. They're always a rookie, always a rookie. But you're a third round pick, bro. You should know what's going on. You should know what's going on. You're going to learn as right now. You're learning. You're learning, and I don't hear not one push of these young rookies. Because are they now saying we're moving this guy to this? Because this guy Grant was supposed to move the guard and be special and all this stuff. Well, maybe that's not working out. Maybe that's not working out. Maybe the guys that we pick are slow motion. You know what I'm saying? So we like who we pick, and we're expecting these guys, but we're not thinking they might have some problems in this league. It's different, people. I'm not saying they suck. I don't think it's a good idea to move Meredith, who hasn't played center. You know what do you get? What do you get out of that? Moving a guy that's never played center to center. I asked that same question. Beckenbauer's in the game at the same time is a serious problem for DC. To me, it would be, but it doesn't look like Besh is getting any time once. So if he needs to step in there, I'm happy with that Becca. Straight happy. The best man needs to be in position of the team as a whole. Yes. That's your team, bro. The best man is your team. Not, oh, just wait and see, guy. Nah. The best need to be in there. If they get hurt, then you get that guy the best. You need to be no step. No step back. Pete doesn't really install the backups mindset. Looks like everyone is playing multiple positions for evaluation process. And right now, yes. I've never heard or seen. I don't know if he has any snaps as far as the fuck in the NFL. We got to know this, Law Dog. That playing center in the NFL is way more different than playing in college. Just the NFL, you know, like if you're a first round pick and you ball out and you like Brock Bowers, then you're a special fucking dude. We don't know the degrees in number one, what's expected from you and what you can do in the NFL. That's different type shit. That's different human beings right there. It's not just I got lucky, you know. They picked you for a reason, you know, and we fucked up at that for a long time. And we say, hey, I'll bring this up later about the Micah Parsons shit. But me and my guys disagreed on that. We disagreed on that. But I have another take for that. But I don't think it's gonna happen. But if it does, fuck. And he played center before, but I don't know in the NFL. I haven't seen it. I looked and I didn't see it. I gotta put Max Crosby on the offensive line for a. We should do it. I don't think it'll be a good offensive lineup. Not big enough. You want to play around. I'm sure they'll get somebody else on a practice squad. But I hear guys say we could put this guy on a practice squad, but veterans don't get on the practice squad. Young guys do. Young guys are in the practice squad. What the fuck you want a 30-something-year-old guy on your practice squad for? That doesn't make no sense. You can't do that. I think there's a rule about that. They can't be in their rookie. They got to be in a rookie contract for them to be in a practice squad. I think that's a rule or something in the NFL. But I've never seen no old ass dudes on the practice squad that get waived. They usually get picked up. But the offensive line is a big topic. There's a lot of wonderings why we're doing this and we're doing that, and why are we moving people around and stuff. And I understand that. I was with Chris and Severe when they were saying stuff like that, and I was with them that Kappa gets paid a bunch of money, and then we're gonna. Why did we do that? And if it's different, if they're gonna play different, it's I just think what we're doing now is the best for the team with their thinking. It's not emergency shit. It's not scared shit. But if we're gonna watch JPJ, play center, if he's gonna play center, then don't change it. And Meredith was a top guard last year. Why are you changing it? Something's wrong with these young guys. They ain't doing what they're supposed to do. And I ain't gonna hear anybody say, well, they need a little bit of time and all that. Get it fucking going. You've been there since fucking after the draft. You've been there. So what's the problem here? You're a third round pick. What's up? You need a little bit of development now. Okay, we're gonna put you to the side, and then that's gonna make it harder for you to move up there now because you ain't panning out what they done. Did we think this new offensive lineman? They're rookies. It might be, but you can't be a bitch ass rookie in the NFL than you are in high school or college, bro. You can't. You're in the NFL now. You got to pick high. You getting paid a lot of money. This ain't no 6th, 7th round UDFA shit. These dudes are third round picks. Where you at? I should be hearing that one guy fighting that Glaze right now, pushing Glaze for the spot. Or hearing that guy Grant that's going to switch the guard over there making a point, saying what's up. I ain't hearing none of that from these rookies. Now, dog, for the running game and protection of Gino, I think they're looking that is the right move. Because if they think of a link missing, they will find someone to spy Tech Brady, Pete Carroll, Chip. I think no moves are gonna be made, bro. They got this guy from Indy. We got this guy from Indy. I think he's a big boy, but he's a guy that backup status. Rosetown, what's up, man? How you doing? Thank you for being here, brother. Little quick noon show, man. Lunchtime show over here on the West Coast. You got that for him, Omar? It was the Holler Squad link. He's gonna be in the Holler Squad. If you can, dude, send one from Raider Nation Live to Raider Nation Jason for me if you can. I don't. He sent me his email though. If you can find him, I'm doing it through the email too. Got to get you some over the ear headphones, Gravy White. What's up? My stuff messed up, bro. But coming out whack or what, bro? What's going on with that? What's wrong with my headphone? You guys hear me good? I'm just puffing on this little good cigar, man. Fuentes cigar, Arturo Fuentes. Who knows that? Man, I can't wait to hit the game, man. The home opener, Gravy. I think all the other guys, all of my guys are gonna be there. Gabe's gonna be. I'm meeting up with Gabe and Low. But I'm gonna hit there on Sunday. Now my decision to go Sunday is to kick back with people. I'll roll solo, don't matter. But I'm gonna hit me a cigar joint and I'm gonna watch me some games. The whole football game. If I gotta go to Caesars and kick back over there and chill, drink some iced tea, kick back, I'll do that. I'm gonna attack Loon's fucking little thing. I'm gonna go attack that. I gotta remember if it's on a Friday or the Saturday. But our game is a Monday night, and I'm gonna leave Tuesday. I'm gonna hit work. I gotta go to work Tuesday, so I'll be able to take an early flight, red eye, and they'll turn around real quick. So here we go, Mike Guerrero. I hope Colmel doesn't get comfortable now. He got paid. Me neither, bro. That's one thing that I was really concerned with, but he's not that type dude though, bro. I don't think he's that type guy. The only thing we got to worry about is injury with him, and I hope it doesn't happen, bro. Better Biggs, what's up, bro? Thank you for being here this afternoon, man. Hope you're having a great day. You saying what's up, coach in the nation? You know, man, I responded to this dude today. He's a Dallas Cowboy fan, bro, and he has a site, a YouTube site that's Cowboys Nation. Look that shit up, and you tell him there's only one fucking nation. Don't quit saying that shit. I thought you was the self-titled America's team. If you're America's team, we got a fucked up country. Tell you that. Cause I don't want you representing my shit. Fuck no. So if you guys go to that Cowboys Nation, look at it on YouTube and say, you ain't no fucking nation. You need to get rid of that shit. Okay, Cowboy USA or whatever the fuck you want to be. You want to be self-claimed fucking America's team, go ahead and do that. But be no fucking nation. I said that. Raider Biggs, I said there's only one nation, motherfucker Raider Nation. But I respect his game. I respect his knowledge. So I said that. I said, I respect your game, bro, but don't say you fucking nation. No way. That gets to me. That gets to me when people say that shit. Doesn't it you? Don't you feel that way? Broncos, Pittsburgh Nation, Steeler Nation. Fuck that. You ain't never said that ever. You got all your towel shit, all y'all want to be Raider fans that dress up, do all that. We did that shit. You biting off us, and we don't even trip because we do it the best way. You just do it a little bit. We do it the best way. I'm not all into painting my shit and all that, but the people that do, we do it way better than any other fucking team. Tell you that. We represent our team great, dude. You ain't no nation. You don't even prove that. There's only one nation. That's right. There we go right there, bro. My 2 cents said it. My 2 cents said it. Well, yeah, but what I'm hearing from camp, man, from a lot of people, is saying that, Frank DeLuna, what's up, man? My 2 cents, what's up? Thank you for being here, man. We'll be saying that the offense look way ahead of the defense, and I would. It's kind of trippy to me. Like if you look at inside training camp right now, they got the Raiders all over it. Pete Carroll talking, man, with Pete Gutierrez and that pretty little girl that's in there. Pete Carroll talk. I don't know what he's saying. I don't got the captions on, but I'm pretty sure I've been hearing that the offense is looking way ahead of the defense. And we got a little debate going on. There was one against the twos, but it was one, and then there was a situation where the quarterbacks got free will to run around. I've been in not NFL camps, but the way camps around is that if the quarterback's going to get sacked or in a position to get um, hurt or touched or any way like that, you want to protect your quarterback. They're not going out there going all out. But I'm gonna tell you this: they'll blow that play dead and get pissed off. If you get sacked, like that situation where what's his name took the ball. Everybody was just standing around and shit. What's going? Was he gonna get sacked? Most likely, he looked like he was gonna get sacked. But who was the quarterback? I wouldn't doubt it. You know, I wouldn't doubt it that Aiden O'Connell would stand in the pocket and get sacked. Who would think that wouldn't happen? You know what I mean? And then with the dudes we hearing the dudes getting busy. Aiden O'Connell, there ain't no fucking competition. I'm done with that. I'm done talking about it. That gets me pissed off when I hear stuff like that. The misinformation that we're given, you can get Hondo in there. Hondo is not going to say that anybody looks like shit. That's the way he is. That's his content. He's not going to say, oh, Aiden O'Connell looked like fucking shit today. None of them guys are going to say that. Because they probably won't be back in that fucking facility doing it. But it's what it expected. Gino's our starter, and then fucking get over it. Get over it. And I'm hearing Miller is getting busy. Faster guy. For us that think that a mobile quarterback is not accessible in the NFL and that you don't need it, and we could break it down. What Tom Brady was Tom Brady had the most paid offensive line. They're most paid offensive line of the both teams that he was in. We can't do that. All pros everywhere on his offensive line. If we do that, fuck yeah, Aiden O'Connell will be a good quarterback. I wouldn't have a problem with that. You can throw my ass out there, I'll probably get 200 yards passing with that protection. But teams don't do that anymore. You protect Tom Brady, but we got to do what we can to protect Geno Smith, and we're leaving and you have to be good at that, getting around, moving. We've tried it over. And what's different about this offensive line, except for Meredith? What's different? There ain't nobody new. But Meredith has played there, so there's nothing new. Same fucking guys. We're just moving around, checking it out right now, and I like that they're doing that now. We're hearing about it now. It's all because our center got switched to guard. That's all. We won't even be talking. We won't even be tripping, or even caring probably if Meredith is the left guard and what's his name is playing right guard. We won't be saying that if JPJ was center, but we're all going ape shit because we moved him to guard, which I think he'll play better at. He'll be an all-pro guard. Also, center. Law Dog with the question. Coach Gravy, I'm handing out free food and chips on Thursday night football games for all the people here in Boise showing up in their red Genty jerseys. Just Genty? Wow. That's good, man. That's way up. Law Dog, give you credit for that, man. Check that out. Boise area. Check out my boy Law Dog. Find out where he's at. Get some information. See what's going on Thursday night. So tomorrow you're doing it, huh? You're doing that tomorrow. You check out the Raiders, man. Wear your Genty jersey if you got any people from Boise. I don't like Boise State, bro. I like Boise. I'm a Fresno State, bro. I got a daughter that's going to graduate from Fresno State pretty soon. No, Gabe Hood. I can't talk about my boy Gabe like that. You can pick on your boy, your COD boy. That's probably what he's doing right now. Two sports journalists have died with the internet. Yes, it did. I was saying that the other day to wifey, bro. We're all fucked up on the internet. Hey, I'm to blame too. We're so glad. So get ready to get the date, man, for the draft, bro. So I'll send it to you. You got it. I'm sure everybody. Look, this is the last time I'm saying about fantasy. Everybody that was in the league last year, redo your invitation. You'll go right back into where we were. There's only two people that left Holler Squad. There's a couple more people that left Raider Nation Live, but we got it straightened out. So get the invite. If you sent the invite, just press it. Get Yahoo account. You'll be straight up. It'll show you be on both of the leagues, and then we'll put dates out there for the draft. We're just trying to see. I got some East Coast guys to make it cool. Cool Kev, look at your IG and tell me if you're cool with them dates, bro. You're the East Coast guy over there, so I want to make it good for you because I don't want anybody picks. You know, get a pick form and shit. We'll throw your ass out and redo your team. That's not fantasy. That's not that's not the way you win. And the Hollow Squad and Raider Nation, like, they're good leagues, bro. That's why I don't charge that much money, but you're a better player, but you win more. You win, you win money, but you play better. Coach Gravy, I'm hearing that. Oh, there you go. That's good, man. Good to hear that. Good job, Lada. That's great. There we go. I live 5 minutes away from the Blue Stadium, Blue Turf. Yeah, we've been little rivals in the league for a minute. Fresno State, Boise. But that's my view. My view on as far as offensive line is concerned. That look, these young guys that we have so much promise for. We're not talking about them. Are they? Look, I know they got to develop, but they got to develop on the quick because if we're not happy with these guys, we're not happy with Meredith, or Parham, and these young guys need to step up. One of them as a guard, and we Kappa's getting paid a lot of money for what he's doing, for what he did last year. But I never had a problem with Kappa the way he plays. So I can't ignore what he did last year. It wasn't good, but that offense was fucking special, bro. When he was on that shit, I don't know. You don't make the playoffs and you have a top five offense. That has to do something with the offensive line. Coach Gravy, look at Sure Gaines, Genty's replacement. Don't troll or anything. I can't wait for we to beat as in this year 2 times. Good luck there, Tyler Hilton. He said he's not trolling, but it looks like you are. We accept all trollers from different teams, bro. I can imagine how many Raider trolls go on what you watch. But I think besides Denver last year, we're the last team to beat you, right? I'm not gonna say that Kansas City isn't good or isn't gonna be good. I think somebody needs to knock you out, but you know, you guys you guys are hurt everywhere right now, and your best receiver is gonna get. I don't know if he's getting locked up, but he's gonna get suspended for what he did. So you guys might like to lose a couple of games early, and probably get the comeback. It was gonna be tougher. The division got better, and no, I don't think you're gonna beat us twice. I don't think you're gonna beat us twice. You better start getting used to losing in this division. Get, just to get you going a little bit. You gotta start looking at. You could go on our team and say you're gonna. You could go on in our channels and you could say, "Yeah, we're gonna whoop your ass twice." But let's see it happen, bro. Because we've had your little assholes puckered up every game that basically we played. We lost the game, I'll give you that. But your butthole's been puckered up, bro. That's the way we talk here, Red Nation. Your ass is puckered up every time you play the Raiders, and you can't deny it either. This Raider team is going to be special. I'm not doubting, bro. My concern, Law Dog. My concern is this secondary. You know, I heard a lot of people saying we're gonna win 13 games, 12 games. Now, how thick are them goggles you got on, bro? Because man, man, have you looked at that secondary we got? And we gotta trust these dudes, you know. And we keep saying, oh, they're bangers and all this shit. Man, my DBs ain't supposed to be banging. They're supposed to be covering. And defensive and offensive coordinators know that. All right, cool, Kev. We'll send it up then. I got to see who else we got at the East Coast. Just think, it's 3 hours from when I put it, okay? My time. I think I put it on there. The 29th. I think they might grab a couple people before shit hits the fan. Try to win this year. They're pulling off cards. Yeah, I think we're done though. As much as I'm saying, bro. As much as I'm saying that. As much as I'm saying that, I want people because I'm not happy with what we got there. And then losing Lonnie Johnson makes it just as worse. I don't know why I'm saying this, but losing Lonnie Johnson puts us in a bigger deficit as far as the DB room. Because Lonnie Johnson could play both. He could play both areas, and he can. He's a very good special team guy. You know, and people don't leave that aspect of the game out of it. Besides our kickers, but he was a big asset for team he was on or what he played. That it was he was an asset at that area, and I'm sure he was for us, and then we lost that, but not as a safety or DB. No, I don't care how big he was, bro. You're sleeping on DCAM. He's gonna make a huge jump this year. I hope so, bro. I hope so. I'm one of the ones that want DCAM starting, bro. DCAM and JB ain't pushing. JB ain't pushing. I mean, and look at Darian Porter's record, bro. But hadn't played DB a lot. He hadn't played corner a lot, bro. He's in the box guy. See, I don't think they're gonna let shit slide, bro. But they're gonna have problems, bro. When we start seeing the problems come out and it's all good, then hey, Gravy gonna leave it alone. But I'm not sleeping on DCAM Raider Big. DCAM is a bright spot in our DB room. Is the bright spot. And just because we got Dorian Porter, he's a big guy. He's a in the box type guy. You know, long whatever, long DBs. That's what Pete Carroll wants. But it ain't no Legion of Boom type shit. You know, Jeremy Chin is not Chancellor. No, please do not say that. Please do not say that. And we love Jamal Adams. I've always expected, you know, I was a big time Jamal Adams guy when he was with the Jets. You know, he was a dog with the Jets, Pro Bowl guy. Got traded big time trade. It was a big trade. I remember that. We had Pete Carroll. He was the replacement for that generation leaving. And he was that type dude. But injuries, he'll do played 8 games, what, 3 years? He hasn't had double digit games in 3 years or 2 years or something like that. Got out the league with tearing his quad off the bone. That's a serious, serious injury. It's hard to come back from. And the anticipation is that, oh, we got Jamal Adams now, dog. We're looking at Ote. No recent tape what he's done. He hasn't played in a while. Do I expect him to play good? He's a great athlete, man. He was a great player. When we get that type guy, yeah, I'm cool with him playing linebacker. He's never played that position before. He's never played linebacker before. Now we're gonna get a Diablo that takes angles like a safety. He was an all pro safety. All pro safety. Getting turned into a linebacker because he can't play safety no more. Cool Kev talking about me already. Look. Say gravely concerned and negative thoughts, same thing. Yeah. No, it's not the same thing. Concerned and being negative is but how could you be positive about this DB room? Got a guy on his second year, they got a guy in his third year, and a rookie, and a guy that's never done shit but being a backup. Starting. I ain't tripping on the safety. I know what we're doing as far as safeties are concerned. So we think is Chin balling out more than Morig? Is that what we thought? Chin a better player than Morig? Tell me what you think. Surprise me. Cool Kev, tell me, is Jeremy Chin better than Morig from what you've seen from Jeremy Chin? Are they the same guy? Is Chin cover Morig? From what I remember, we never had any problems getting beat deep when Morig was with us. Yeah, we. Here we go, Law Dog. Raider fans like we've been here 3 times divorced, not one time being their fault. Time to turn on the frowns upside down. Yeah, I'm excited, people. It's just my concern is that room. I was concerned with the Wilkins stuff, but it's not gonna go away. You know that we're gonna be fucking with this topic for a minute, but he's not gonna be. The thing is that I don't want to pay nobody. I'm tired. I'm tired of paying people a grip of money that are not playing on this team. That's what I'm tired of. Coach Gravy, have a great day, brother. You too, Robert Pena. I hope you have the rest of the day, man. It's got Indian lunchtime, so you guys will probably that's I just think that we're not gonna stop hearing about it. Well, it's just gonna be a topic that's in the news and it's something to talk about. But I don't like going at length with it. I'm accepted that he's done. It's just gonna be you're just gonna hear the same shit. You know, we fucked up by getting him. That's always gonna be said. But then you're gonna have once a Raider, always a Raider type guy that's gonna say, "Oh, he can't do no fucking wrong," but and then bitch that we're paying him if we lose that court case, you know. But once a Raider, always a Raider. Remember, I've never been down with that. I've never been down with that. Even though one of the best players I've ever seen, and in my view, the best receiver, Randy Moss was a Raider, but I don't consider him one. He's not down for us. He said that was the worst time of his life, being a Raider. In his career, he thought his career was over. We don't want to lose that money. We don't want to lose that money, bro. Clickbait. Let's move on from the ball grabber. Probably have to talk shit. What up, my opinion? How you doing, man? How you doing? Good afternoon. Getting here on a little quick live. Hey, man, don't forget this show right here, powered by Raider Nation Live. My boy Renegade 420 and my boy What Up Low, man. They doing things right now. I do this shit out the blue real quick on Monday. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about having a Monday show talk about Raider stuff. If I'm into the workflow and all that stuff, they're expecting me to do a lot of. I want to do a lot of different things at work. So If I can do it a little quick, little hour, hour and a half, during the morning time, I'll do it with you guys on Monday. And then when I have breaks during the year, these kids don't go to school a long time like we used to, man. I remember we used to go to in September. If I go to school next week, they go to school. They got no summer vacation. Shit, our summer vacation was deep, bro. You went all over the place. You went to 3 vacations, man, when we was there. Kids got it made, man. But they get like 95 holidays. Sometimes I go to work, I forget it's a holiday, just show up, but there ain't nobody there. They got this damn, they got like a Wednesday off or something. What the fuck is that? Got to grow on your own talent. True, the draft. Yep. We take too many chances on players free agency that never pan out. AB, Moss, and Wilkins. Wilkins got hurt, bro, and I think if Wilkins was healthy and moving, he just had too much time to fuck around. But we're getting some weird ass shit. We're hearing weird ass shit from him, so I don't know. But we'll make fun of him. Yeah, that Moss was whack. Moss was he had his moments with the Raiders, but that's my favorite receiver ever is Randy Moss. Dyson Gino in the defensive back, Law Dog. I'm with you with that. Gave the last group didn't get it done. Last group of what? What group are you talking about? The DBs or team as a whole? Started out with coaching, right off the bat, management, as far as GM's concerned, things like that. Tom Brady wasn't in the mix, and I think that matters a little bit. But once we started moving and getting into games, Cool Kev, it was just known to me right off the bat what I figured. I jumped on AP's bandwagon, bro. I jumped on all that shit he was talking when he was intern, or when he got hired and all that beginning shit. As soon as the draft came, he probably just got shut down and said, no, it ain't happening. You ain't the man here. And then he did what he could do. But I don't think that players ever gave up on him. He was over his head, bro. I started seeing it when all these other coaches were coming in to give him guidance. And it was kind of funny to me. I never said anything about it. I said I respected it and said, hey, you need people around you if you're beginning like this. So I was like, man, it's not going to pan out. And it just obviously it showed it. Bad situation. But we don't have the lingering effect. I don't feel that we're going to have any lingering effects about that. We updated the roster on D. I don't think so, bro. How? How? In what way, Kev? Okay, answer my question. Do we think that Jeremy Chinn is better than Morey? Robert Harrison was dope. Is Jeremy Chinn better what Morey did for us? The rest, they were out the door because we know Morey, he got paid Atlanta's money for what he could do. The difference between Morey getting paid and Chinn getting fuck, dude, is astronomical. Why is that? Why would you overpay that much for Morey if he wasn't good, bro? What's going to top it off, Kev, is that we're going to sit here, we're going to sit there and we're going to look at it and then all of a sudden we're going to get beat deep and say it's all right when we never got beat deep for the years that Morey was here. And we had a better corner with fucking Jack Jones. We say, oh, the culture of this team. That's AP's culture was homie friend shit. And I'm gonna give you a second chance to be your buddy and give you another chance. And now you owe me one instead of Pete Carroll putting the culture in there, and then you got to adapt to it. You got to play like this, or that's it. Ain't no suck my ass fucking coach out there saying, well, you could do this and nobody else can't. That's bullshit. Can't do that. And that's why Jack Jones has this reputation. He has a reputation of not Bill Belichick gets rid of you because you're not participating in his culture. So you get a guy that's gonna adapt to what you do. Coaches don't do that, and that's a turn off from the get. But Jack Jones was a good DB, man. I'll take him right now. Who's down with me? Where's his second pick for D'Angelo Hall? Played. D'Angelo Hall was a joke, bro. I never liked D'Angelo Hall. I thought he was sorry with the Redskins. Got beat all the time by the Redskins. James Jett used to fucking whoop him. James Jett used to put it down on fucking D'Angelo Hall. And the real fact is more that these guys get unified as a team. That's really how you win football games. And the team sport football is not just based on talent. Talent is a very big thing at it though, Law Dog. You got to look at that, bro. You got to have the dudes. You got to have the dudes, bro. And I say that all the time. Coaches know if you ain't got shit, and then you can make a decision with your general manager. That's why there's general managers out there, because they're smart dudes and they do stuff for the team. And the coach, you leave it up to him to just put your culture and put the way you flow in, and then let the GM worry about that shit. I'm gonna get a player that we can put in this culture, put in this thing, and I know you know that. Okay, but very rarely you got a person that works super duper hard, bro, and beats out a guy with superior talent and does it. That's a good mimic to say hard work can't beat talent if talent don't work hard. There's miles ahead of you as far as talent. Now you could be a dumbass and take advantage of your talent and not produce and not be into it. But if you're talented enough to start in the NFL, you're gonna do it. It's just up to you. And hard work usually ain't involved in that. Just do what you do. You know, the better you go, if you have the top talent and you do better and do amongst yourself and do it, a lot of these guys just get away with being the best receiver out there. Chase, he gets better, but what more can Chase do? You know, there's unlimited things that he could do, and he's already the best at it. But that's that type guy. You need those type guys, and just say, "Oh, talent. You work hard, you could be him." Nah, and that doesn't pan out a lot, man. I agree with it. You work hard, you're gonna get in. You work hard, you're gonna turn into a different player. Weight room, get faster, do all the things right. Yes, you'll get a super duper chance to get in and play. But these guys that are coming out of college, if you're already dope, you're gonna be dope in the NFL. That doesn't happen a lot because the expectations are so high for these guys. They get overwhelmed with a bunch of shit, money, bitches, all this stuff that's extracurricular. They got to take care of their families. 90% of the NFL does that. So they're more stressed out coming to camp and banging with these dudes is relaxing to them instead of all the bullshit they got to go when they go home. I know that for a fact. I've been told that by motherfuckers that was in the NFL, and I know a couple of them. I seen one today. And we were talking about that. Here we go. We got a couple of good ones here. I'm sorry about that, man. Just pulled up. What's up? How you doing? Psycho, what's up? Just pulled up. What's new today, Gravy? What's on the Radio Nation? And fuck the Chiefs. Hope to stop saying what I normally say. want to do it on the show. You can say it all the time, bro. I love that shit. We had a Kansas City fan here too. You can say it back to back. How you doing, bro? Thank you for being here, man. Stopping in, giving me some love. My point exactly. Randy Moss didn't do shit for the Raiders. One dude does not win football teams. A team does. That's not what we were talking about. The minute, the minute aspect of a team does that. But if you got a dude, and teams do this, bro. And logically, Lauda, look, if you got average guys playing in the back, okay, and we think that we substituted what we lost, okay, with younger, not experienced, even DCAM and JB, the experience that they got and what they went through is great. But the safety, we could say, hey, Jeremy Chinn's a banger and doing all that. If that's all what your safety is going to do, yes, you better stop the fucking run. But then why are we bringing in Jamal Adams? To check him out? Or why are we bringing in bigger guys? Are we starting to get this, what Pete Carroll wants to do? We ain't never going to have no Legion of Boom. Get that out of your fucking head. That was once in a lifetime shit right there. That's why it doesn't happen once in a great while, bro. Okay? Jeremy Chinn is not Cam Chancellor. Not. Close. Not. And neither was Morey. Darian Porter is not the makings of Richard Sherman. Okay? He rarely played a corner in college. He was a box guy. But he might be having a hard time. That's why they got Jamal Adams. I don't want my safeties not doing what they're supposed to do. But we get a narrative. I don't have a problem with Chinn being there. It kind of recovered my thoughts of Morig. Morig got overpaid, yes. But Morig was a damn good safety for us. We never got beat deep. Really look at it. When Morig was here, there wasn't no deep ball thrown against him for touchdowns. You might get away with a couple. But that it wasn't like a constant thing. Like Greedy, he's making himself known no matter the outlook. Yeah, Greedy Vance is a good corner, bro. I think he had some issue or something, and then he went where he did, or something, like injury or something like that. But I heard that. I heard about Greedy. I heard about him. So it's it's going to be a situation to where, but he's back there, bro. He has a long road to go, and then I'm at the point of let's see what he got, bro. Let's see what he can do. Don't play him in the fucking third, fourth quarter of the fucking last preseason game and let him get his work in. Let's see what he got next week, this Thursday. Let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do in the first quarter. Throw his ass out there. Let's see. I want to see the dog in this dude. That's my opinion, Sam. He's a dog. Yes, I know that. I seen him. So what's up? Break up later. All right, Furpo. You have a good one, man. Let's go, Gritty. I'm with you. I want to see that guy. James Furpo saying Raiders. The individual performer is exactly why the Raiders have sucked for the last 15 years. So are we better, Law Dog, now in your view? Are you concerned with me, like me? Well, was that you that said you have problems with the DBs? The problems that I have is just with the DBs. Bro. ESPN or NFL Network rated our defensive backs field 32nd in the league. What's the lowest can make it win? I don't know what the I don't know what the minimums are, bro. My boy saying facts on the defensive talk. I've been concerned with it, bro. I've been concerned, and nothing has changed my mind. Nothing has changed my mind. And then I feel like tripping out because why am I saying the loss of what's his name, Lonnie Johnson, is bad for our team? Why am I saying that when he was number 2 on our list as far as the safety? Why am I saying Lonnie Johnson? We got to do something now. When I've been saying we got to do something from the get. We didn't replace who we lost. You know, right now we ain't got a replacement for Hobbs. We ain't got a replacement for him. And don't say Jamal Adams is going to do it because he's going to play linebacker. So who is going to replace him? We got a rookie out there that can do that. We got Chin that can do that. Hobbs is better than both those guys in my book. But we don't like them, right? Once a Raider, always a Raider. We got to draft better. We stuck out so many first downs, Leatherwood, Ruggs, Arnett, Abram, Farrell, missing on many picks, set you back. It's going to set us back, and we're still going to have repercussions of that. But I think we're doing better. You know, we've had 1 year of us be having a successful draft as far as the first, second, third round. Okay? I'm with Brock Bowers. I'm with JPJ. I'm with Glaze. Great picks. Great for our team. Great. We don't know what these young guys are going to do now. We don't know what Thornton's going to ball out like he is right now. He's doing it against us. You know, can he do it against other teams? Genty, I haven't heard Genty begin. I haven't heard nothing from the running game. I'm asking dudes that have been there, hey, how was that running game? How was Genty looking? I see the videos. He got good footwork. It looks the same. He said, you got RG Sandro Reyes get ass kicked. No. You got a made up symptoms there. I ain't got no problems with Ted, bro, but them talking about the DBs. That's it. I got no problems with the DBs. You want me to say the DBs are dope? You want me to say that, Low Dog? He can talk about on Jer shows. He'll snap back at you and tell him what I told him. If you're taking that negative, or you taking my concerns about and take it to negativity, then if everything's all right in DB room, prove it to me. We'll see. But I'm gonna address it. Why am I here, Lada? You would say, oh, everything in the DB room's all good. Lonnie Johnson's a backup. We're not gonna lose anything about that. You know, we have a rookie go in there. You're not concerned that we got rookies, you know, going in there and having to stop, you know, CD Lamb, Pickens, you know, none of them could cover Ladd McConkey. They got Evan Ingram for Denver. Who's going to cover that middle of the field now? Are you concerned? I'm not complaining, bro. I'm not being negative. Who's going to do that? That's my thing. The team is definitely unproven. I don't know, like, yeah, watch a lot of my shows, bro. The dudes are set what they're gonna do, and I'm cool with that. But you can't sit here and get on a show and say you're all right with what the DBs are, and then have an excuse. Well, Pete Carroll's a DB coach. That's where he comes from, and so all that's gonna go away. I trust those guys. I trust those coaches, Raider Big. And I'm saying, well, what we got, you right? And I say this a lot. I say this a lot. But my concern is only with that DB room. And I'm not the only one saying this. Okay? I'm not the only one saying this. So how are you gonna change my mind when it's being said? I'm not the only one saying this, bro. But your Philly Gaps is not a good team, bro. Philly Gaps is just okay, putting band-aids on shit. How long have we been doing that? How long have we been doing that, Lodo? They don't want to lose games. I don't want them to lose games either, bro. Dad, don't invite me to that barbecue. Don't DB room. And if I'm wrong, bro, I'm gonna admit it. And you can get on the show and say, Gravy, you don't know what you was talking about this guy. You don't know what we talking about this guy. But as far as we're so young there. And if you're young at that position, unless you're super, super dope, bro, coming out of like Sauce and all these guys that came out as rookies and dominated, then I'll be with you. But my lineup right now is the experience that we have, and that's gonna be, it's gonna have to be. DCam is one of those guys, and so is JB. Because I'm not happy with Eric Stokes being out there, and I know he's the number one, but you can't convince me for what he's done in the past and come to Pete Carroll and say, all right, he's going to rejuvenize his career when he's been a career backup. And we could have got the guy that he was backing up. I like our staff because everyone thought JPJ was just going to have the center, but the staff is trying all options to get the best out there. I agree with that, but I agree with that from the get go. I agree with that from the get go. That's true, Laba. That's true, Laba. But are we capable of are we capable of sustaining that stoppage in the middle of the field, which we haven't done in a long time? So you're convinced that that would go away? You know, Patrick Graham's going to all of a sudden design a defense that's going to be, you know, the top defenses. It's embedded in me on what he does. You know, he does what he does. You know, if Pete Carroll's going to come in here and butt in the defense, you don't want to be all in your defensive coordinator's face and shit. Game plan with him and do what you want to do. But yeah, you let him do what he does. And I don't think if he had to change all this shit, he wouldn't have came back. That's his defense, bro. You don't micromanage your coordinators, bro. They're there for a reason. They get paid a lot of money for a reason. So that you don't get there and say, well, let's do this and this. Nah, I know what defense you like. Let me put this in there. Let me put that in there, and then he doesn't have a choice. But he's not calling defense. This is the DBs I have a problem with, and they haven't convinced me to do it because check this out. How long did it take Bennett to play good at the DB rookie? I expect the same learning curve from Porter and DCam. JB started out very good last year, bro. I think he got that injury and he played with it for a little bit. And then it just got out. Shoulder injuries with corners. Triple salute, homeboy. How you doing? Hot Steve. What's up? I know Stokes is love, but I'm just not happy with them. It's just that thing I'm not happy with. It took Bennett a minute, bro. But he got his leadership that he had from what's his name was whack, bro. We thought he was gonna come in here and teach him shit. He didn't learn shit. He got Jack Jones on the other side. His second year balled out, but got hurt. I'm confident on his skills, what he did in that little minimal time, that he could get out there and do it. But he's not getting no love in camp, is what we're hearing. He's with the twos. And Stokes took his job. But I'm with DCam. And I'm with that young stuff. You know, we got to be, hey, you're young, but you're the best. Let's go. I'm with that. But the dudes that got Stokes in there, I'm not with that, man. I don't know, just me. It's just me, though. Law Dog. I'm with you on let work, do all this, and get your shit done. With, I'm with you with that, man. That's culture. That's the way you do it. But he's never done it, and he's had. I'm sure Green Bay doesn't have bad coaches. They got one of the best staffs in the league, bro. They're steady, playoff caliber every year. No bullshit. Great DBs, if we have great pass rush, that's gonna help our DBs out. We got potentially to be a top pass rusher that will make these guys better because they got to cover less and they get the sack. I understand all that, man. But you still got to have good. You just have nobody's back there, bro. Like, all right, dudes. I'm with DCAM and JB and a rookie up in there. You're young, fine. But we're excited, he's not there no more. But Lonnie Johnson and Eric Stokes to be out there, I'm not with that. Coach David, if you could talk to Pete Carroll right now, Spike Cake, Chip Kelly, what would you ask them? What'd you ask them three? Chip Kelly, keep doing what you're doing. I would like to get his brain and see what he would do with Michael Mayer. Why is this dude always expendable? Is he expendable? What can we do with him? What do you got in your mind for that? I like to see the little notes he has for Michael Mayer. Very excited about that. I would ask him the question why we're moving the offensive line. Well, what benefit is that? What benefit with the offensive line is that? He compliments Pete's style and approach and how it's very new to him. This means PG has to adapt and not he'll be a scapegoat. Raider Pete, I think he got convinced that he's gonna be here for a minute, and if Pete Carroll is his limited time being here is gonna be uh, minimal 3-4 years, and if we could keep Patrick Graham around, Patrick Graham's gonna be the head coach of the Raiders. I think so. He's already head coach material, so they say. But I really wasn't with the decisions the upper people made for him. But it looked when he was with McDaniels, it looked like he was tied up, locked down, really couldn't do what he wanted to do. And after the dude left, shit, look, he bounced. We started playing better defense. PG is not being groomed. I'll stand by that. He's not being groomed, but he's in the position. He's in the position to be the overseer of the Raiders in the near future. DCAMs look slower mentally than JB. Not to knock him the other strange. Porter has the high IQ. Look at him like JB. That's the knock DCAM has. You develop that, get his smarts up, but it takes a vet to do that. And just the situations that you're in. But he's been through all the shit already. I think he's been through all the stuff already, and he's gonna get his chance to shine, man. I hope he does. I hope he's the first one out there, man. Fucking with the ones on D. I hope he is. So I want to see that. I want to see this Trey Taylor guy, man. And you're the number one DB in the nation coming out, and then you a free agent or late pick. Why is that? Or is it just Raider Nation falling in love with a player again? A player that's a drafted free agent. PG couldn't even call a D when we lost Baker to the Rams. I wasn't happy when we got Patrick Graham back. My opinion, I wasn't with that. I wasn't. It was weird to me that him and I thought it was gonna be, for sure, Gus Bradley bring back type shit, because they won together, bro. And that is the type of type of defense that Pete plays. I don't want to see, you know, that Gus Bradley defense again, bro. Your linebackers are not as what he had. His linebacker led the league in tackling. He was an all pro. To me, Tucker Henry looked the best without pads. There's been no word from him in a while, so apparently he hasn't been pulling his weight. He looked super coordinated to me. Coordinated, that means he was with it. Looked the best without pads. He ain't gonna move. Young guy, he can move. He's known for that. He's a little, the nowadays big defensive guys on the line, bro. He's not. Is Tonka the super big guy? But I'm more for Tonka than I am the Pegues guy. Oh, Gus Bradley. I'm with Gus Bradley defense, bro. They're not with that. It's a harder. You got two safeties back there. You play zone. It's a bender. You got to get plays on it, but the pass rush system and the rotation that they have, bro, they're in and out, in and out. Like the way he does that thing. And we had guys like Ngakoue getting a bunch of sacks and Max getting sacks and pressure. It was good to see, bro. And then you had a linebacker moving all over the place. The only thing was bad when we got that was Littleton, and we should have known that Littleton benefited from the best defensive tackle and football. So to this day, he's the best defensive tackle. I think Chris Jones might push him, but clearly he's the best. But you have to upside to that. We didn't have that guy for Corey Littleton to blossom as a Raider. We didn't have none of that. So that's why he was unsuccessful. And I think we just finished paying his ass too. PG knows what's up. His players develop. It's impossible to see the potential killing shit. Taking, I know, tanking my butt, right? But we got to start talking about that again. All this shit. Nah, I ain't going with that. I wasn't with that when I was telling people, bro, on shows that if you see somebody tank for Shedeur, all this, throw fucking something at them. Because I didn't like that, man. We went so low. And it was just a few people. But when I seen it in the stands, bro, with signs and shit, I probably would have lost a little bit of control, bro. But I wasn't saying that shit. And I didn't listen or like the people that said it. Is Lowe working on them Thor? He probably working on them now, bro. He probably working on them now. From a broad perspective, position coaches are kept in the previous regimes. It's fun to do, Raider Pete. It's fun. You're blessed to be in that type of position, but nowadays, bro, there's so much friendship and so much kickdowns in the pro ranks. Is that you got to be, you could just about get it. I think assistants, linebacker coach, assistant offensive line coach, they do all the shit. You could be a pumped up head of, offensive line coach and be a running game coordinator at the same time. Your thing is game planning during game time. You're game planning the running situations that you're gonna do. You're making the protections. You're doing everything what the line has to do, and your assistants are out there practicing with the guy. You're just seeing if it all comes together. You do work and practice. You're involved a lot, but once it comes down to gameplay, and right now is when the position coaches are really, really at it, really, really at it right now. But once you start knowing, unless you're game planning and installing something different, that's when they get into more of the practice situation. They're game planning most of the time, or seeing what's up, trying to correct things. Because once you're in season, bro, you're correcting things, so it won't happen again. No installs unless you got special shit, but installs and all that is done right now. So we can't say, oh 3 weeks and we're 0-3. Oh, we're gonna come together game 4. You know, it could happen, but I don't like that shit. I don't like people saying that. You know, we got to give them a. I don't want to be hearing, oh, it takes a couple of games to see what DCAM could do. Well, why is he fucking starting then? Obviously, they thought he could get shit done. Why does it take 4 games? What was he doing? Then we need somebody else. If you're in the pros, bro, it ain't like, oh, we could rotate the op. We got to think that. People don't like it, I guess. The real facts of these conversations are all speculation, and we don't know what the shit's going on, not inside the organization, but definitely don't see what experts see. As far as what, Laudo? As far as what camp's going on, or what we're talking about? Low needs to start the Torta Toxicus brand. Okay. Torta Thursday, Torta Tuesday, really, we're going to have it. Again, another thing. Well, I'll mention that to him, right? He probably watching right now. I hope so, Mike. I hope so. We got a Legion of Boom, too. But you need dudes, bro. We need the dudes, bro. If we don't have the, as this is the way football is, man, you got to have the dudes, and you got to be cohesive, and you got to be good. You got to go know what's going on. You could do that. I agree with that, bro. I agree with that. You guys give me a second. Sorry about that, folks. Got a quick delivery. Had to go check it out. What was I saying? Shit, I forgot. 3-5, 3-4-5, 2-8. That's midget, bro. That's midget status right there, Mike. Where the Chargers have what his face looking like a 5-year-old starting Hall of Fame game. Gina the same way. Yeah. We'll see, my preseason prediction is that we'll win some games. I just want to look decisively, look at guys, bro. We look at guys and see what they're doing. I have my eye on some guys. We got to get Trey Lance, and Trey Lance gonna ball on us. Nah, we're not playing. We're not playing San Diego in preseason. He goes, I buy that shit. Add to the merch line of gravy. Get tortas or die trying. Oh, that's dope right there, Rod. We have to give it to you for that, bro. I'm gonna write that down for low. How can we do the how do we do the get tortas? That was like the 50 Cent shit. I mentioned that on Tuesday, bro. I mentioned that on Tuesday. Try to get somebody on the show Tuesday, man. Try to get my boy Chewy. Try to get my boy Chewy, a Fresno guy, up and coming commentator. You guys know him. Try to get him. We talked to my boy Jersey if he wants to get on, or Leo been wanting to get on. Anybody, man. gonna talk about this stuff. They're watching a lot of guys, and I'm not lying, people. You watch these shows, these guys are concerned the way I'm concerned. And ain't no good out there right now. I want to hear good things that the team is doing, and I appreciate that. But we're not hearing the negative, and I'm not out here to put it to you. But I've been saying it's not nothing new that you should be hearing from me. I've been concerned about this D. We've been concerned about this. Me and Gabe have been concerned about this DB room since free agency. Since free agency, and we've been questioning it. I'm just saying in a pit. There we go. Law Dog. I'm just saying opinion from Law Dog, Coach Gravy's opinion is it Pete Carroll, Spottek Brady, and Chip Kelly. That's what we have shows for, Law Dog. The hell I be doing here talking, man? I'm not doing this for fun. I don't like saying things bad about the team. You know, and I know we're not those guys. It might be all different, bro. We might be talking about this line switch and that boom. JPJ is playing fucking center and Meredith's playing left guard. And we talked about a bunch of bullshit. We've been talking about a bunch of bullshit for the 5 or 6 years I've been on YouTube. You know, things different, things change. And if I see it, we're gonna talk about it, bro. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and say, nah, I didn't say that. You get at me and tell me, Gravy, you said that Eric Stokes is ain't gonna be good. And he proves me wrong. I'm gonna say, yeah, but I did say that. And I ain't gonna make up no shit. I ain't gonna make up no shit that he is playing good. Because if he's playing dope, I'm gonna roll with him. He gonna change my mind. And I'll say this again. It took Spillane. I wasn't happy getting Spillane. I wasn't happy getting Spillane. Yeah, it makes the show better, bro. If you don't like what I'm saying, then this show ain't for you, bro. This ain't Disney Channel, like I said. The Gravy shows ain't Disney Channel, bro. If we want that shit, go watch a pump up Raiders show. Everything's all good, bro. They're happy with Eric Stokes starting for us. They're gonna make some big plays. Right? Go see. Go get on that show. Ranger Raider, what's up, man? Thank you for being here with me, man. I just want our team to be competitive and stop the business decision culture and have every year go Raiders. That business decision shit tripped me out. Man, that was a damn good cigar. If we when he said that, it made me trip out that there's a lot of guys in the team. He was talking about certain dudes. I think that pertained right there to Devontae. It pertained to Devontae. And that's when Devontae started getting all his shit. He got all butthurt because his head coach was talking about him. If I see something wrong, I'm calling it out too, Gravy. Yep, my opinion, do that. And there's not a lot of us that do that. That stick with it. And I'm not doing it on purpose, bro. It's there. It's in your face right now. Our DB room is in your face. Look at it. And we can look at it and check mark. Oh, he's all right. He's all right. I think that whole room got 4 picks out of all those guys. And Eric Stokes has maybe 19 pass breakups in 4 years. And, Chin's not known for coverage, but he's a safety. You got to cover, bro. But when we talk about the problems in the secondary, we always go back to Thornton and shit that's going on in the offense. We never stick to what I'm saying, but that's why I'm sticking with this DB room extensively because I'm worried about it. But if they shut me up, then fuck it, I'm gonna shut up. But my plan is that, to me, my plan and my lineup is JB and DCAM. I know JB's not a typical Pete Carroll type guy, but fuck, if he plays better, they do it. I see the potential of JB and DCAM better than Eric Stokes now. now. Who's with me on that? Who doesn't see that? It gets honest. It's sometimes hard to hear, but it's the truth. This year really feels like a turning point to become the Raiders I grew up in the 80s and 90s. Been a fan since 82. I was one or two. Tomorrow I'm 45. Happy birthday, ACL double X Psycho. I can't say your name right, but I gotta get with you. And 45 special number, bro. 10 years ago from me. I don't even know what I was doing. I was sick. I was still sick. But been sober going on 10 years. We got my new liver installed 8 months ago. Working on reproductive parts, recycled parts. But I feel great. Ready to go, man. Ready to hit the games and walk. I couldn't walk a fucking not even a flight of stairs. I'm thinking that way too, in my opinion. Little small side. Um, he's aggressive. You know, he's an aggressive guy. But being that aggressive and a little body, man, he's a guy he needs to work. He needs to work, but he played well, man. And then I'm sad at what he did during that stretch he was in. I was impressed with it because that's all we had, and he was on another side with a better corner, but we don't have that other guy. If it is Eric Stokes, we think Eric Stokes is a better DB than Jack Jones. Let's see. Who tell me that? Who could tell me that Jack Jones, isn't better than what you've seen out of Eric Stokes? People might argue with that. Ja'Cory Bennett can be a slot, but he was up top most of the time. He was in there, and he did a good job. He's a good corner, though, bro. He's aggressive, bro. He's an aggressive guy. He'll keep you on your hip, bro. And he's a fast guy, so they got speed, bro. The quick and fast. It's just a player. It's just what you do. They're so young that the youngness and the inexperience that we have. Pile them out. Their safeties, and our safety room is no joke. But I don't have a problem with it. I just want to see those young guys, those Trey Taylors that we said, hey, let's work these guys in. That's why I'm saying Greedy right now, he's working good. And he got this dude fourth on the depth chart. And now, Lonnie Johnson could play corner or could have, but what's the problem here now? Greedy Vance is pushing these guys, or he's playing with threes, playing against, the other third string quarterback. Are we saying, man, why are these guys, why is Thornton getting 70-yard bombs? I said this last night. I've been saying it repeatedly. Why is this offense bombing and getting in the middle of the field touchdowns, and all these guys are making super catches? Yes, it's for the fans, and yes, but what is our defense doing? There's nobody talking to say, hey, this is happening to our defense. In this corner, he ain't playing well. This defense ain't playing well. What's going on here? We're not saying that, or we're just letting it flow and wait until we get beat, and it makes it really known when the games are important. We just start talking about it now. Say, hey, we think this guy could be in there. So that's what these shows are all about. They're not bullshitting. We're gonna say, hey, is Greedy Vance, is he getting up there and getting up the depth chart? Is he pushing Eric Stokes? Is he pushing the backups there? Can he get into the game? Is he working hard to do that? That's one of those Max Crosby's guys that got picked late or drafted, undrafted guy, and he's a special guy developing now, and he's turning into this guy because we're hearing about him. That's the only DB I'm hearing about is Greedy and DCAM. We the people. That's because Ja'Cory Bennett, he's not with Bennett being in there. He got the most in-game experience, basically, as all of them. I know maybe Eric Stokes played 17 games last year or 12 games last year. That's exactly how it said. Just Psycho TY. Oh, okay. Well, I apologize if I disrespect you in that way, bro. I wouldn't want nobody messing up my nickname. I've been called Gravy since I was like 8 years old, bro. And that's a long ass story. So if I see you at a place and you ask me why they call it's gonna be a minute. We're gonna smoke a stogie over it. I was named that. I was named that by a guy named Macaroni a long time ago. Jacorian quits on the play when he gets beat too. I didn't see that, but maybe you zoomed on a play, you know, but I just liked his recovery. Getting beat deep is that matters. That could be 20 yards. I never seen Jacorian Bennett getting beat deep without, Palomar being there. That's his side. He was playing a right side guy. He was up top. And Morrig did an exceptional job backing up Jack Jones. That's why he was so. That's why I was like. That's why I was saying, well, Chin is a good player, but every time you looking at plays, and number 11's getting beat deep. But I never seen that from Morrig. We were known already. They used to play at games. Even that one guy, that receiver from the Bengals that we hate that does, I think it's Thursday night games or something. I forgot his name. It starts with a C. The white dude. He thinks he's all pro and shit. Field or something like that. I forgot his name. But he was even saying the Raiders don't get beat deep. He don't even dig when we play. Yo, he's talking shit. He was at a game one time when a third string, we was winning the game, I think by 12 points or so. I forgot who it was. We were playing. It was when we played the Giants and that DaVincio guy came in. And watch out now. He comes in, he'll give us no love. He was at the Chico guy, he comes in, or watch out now, this guy could throw the rock. Fuck that guy. I'm done with that dude. Dick's Riley shows the Diamond does it. Oh, no, I'm not no dick rider, bro. I don't dick ride no player. The only I could say, not dick riding, but a special dude that I thought was on this team that was extremely fucked up that we got, it was Josh Jacobs. And I don't think there's nobody that said fuck Josh Jacobs. You heard it. But what happened the next year when he left? We know that. My opinion disagrees with me. He says that Eric Stokes is better than Jack Jones. I don't think so, bro. That's me. But he's not a Jones fan, he said, but he did things for us, bro. And not just the pick sixes, he covers. Jack Jones is covering. Good. Way to go, Loud Dog. Good job. Babe, can you give me some water? Daughter just got back. You have a great night, bro. Good to see you, man. Thank you for being here, Law Dog. Good discussions today, man. I like the way you roll. There you go. Jacoria is not aggressive. Here we go. We got this. He hates to make tackles against the running back and open field. When it's necessary, though, bro. We're so adapted to these corners stopping the run. Yes, they have to do it, but they're the last line of defense. Where the fuck are you linebackers at? That was our problem, bro. That's why I think Devin White should have a special deal with this. If Devin White could do the old Devin White things, I think that it's gonna be special for him. That's why I'm excited about Devin White being on this team. Hey, baby. You give me some cold water, please? Hey, Jenny. My dog was crazy. I had a big ass English Bulldogs. That's what I got. Fresno State English Bulldog. JT Woods, Porter, and Chin can really fly around out there. I agree. Fast guys, safeties. They're safeties, though. I expect my safety to have the good angles to stop the run. We're going to stop the run, bro. We got a bunch of guys out there that can do that. We're really fast. Our speed bumped up notches, bro, when we got these guys. I understand that. I'm with that. Coverage is what I'm worried about because that's what you got to do. DB was the last resort in coverage. I don't want to sit here and say, yeah, our DB room is tight. We're good. And we get beat deep. I'm going to look like a damn fool saying that. I don't want to say it to be negative, but these guys get beat deep when we lost people that didn't. And it was uncontrollable of how much more it got paid. But we kept a guy first that I was high up on, and that was Palomar. I'm happy with Palomar being with it, but Palomar is going to have a full role of gameplay. He's not going to be subbing in now. He's going to be he's there, and the responsibility of that comes with it. Now, can he play when he sometimes went in there? But he took it over the last game of the season because Epps got hurt. Epps got hurt like the first game. He was in there. He did good. Happy with that. Chin is a banger, but his coverage skills is average at best, bro. Average at best. Going BD, bro. Look at CD Lamb tearing this dude up. Look at Neighbors tearing this dude up. And Neighbors was a rookie. Go check out that game. Go check out that game with Neighbors and Chin was playing free safety when they played Washington. They won a game. They won a lot of games. We can say it doesn't matter, but look, that is it going to change when it comes to the Raiders with different coaching, different philosophy, stuff like that? Yes, it can. But my problem isn't Chin. My problem isn't the safety. It's the DBs. That coverage, two guys. That's it. Are those two guys special? We're looking forward to that. We the people. I'm a little behind on the chat. I'm gonna tell you guys what's up. DeCorian has great coverage, but he's soft and quits to the play when he gets beat. It's been a problem that people saying that about him. I don't want to say that every corner is like that, but his confidence does get shot a little bit, but he comes back, bro. That's the thing that I like with JB. He get picked on, dude, so much of that time that he was in there, and he recovered from it. It's like that's one of the patterns of being a good corner. Is forget that last play. Forget that. Come back and do something, and then something good would happen. He would do something, get a pass breakup or something like that. So that's what I'm excited about. DeCorian, same thing happened to him. What happened to JB? He got picked on, man. Picked on big time. Recovered well. So if they do that, I'm cool. But just what if something happens to them? And what if you can't deny that, bro. I'm the only one talking about that. That what if something happens? You know, I don't want my corners to say I'm gonna take a breather. Fuck that. I don't want that. You're the NFL now, man. You get paid a lot of money. You don't need no breather. Fuck all that. Let's go. Am I just different? You guys don't think that this guy can come in or greedy as a man. Put him in there. Let's see what's up. We're gonna do that. We're gonna see that. So my opinions, if you think they're bad right now, wait till I see preseason game, and then we're gonna say, "Oh no, it was just a preseason game." Fuck that. Or we're gonna say, "Oh, it was just one game." Oh, fuck that. I'm not that dude. Please don't do that. Because if you do, man, I'm gonna be on it. I'm gonna be on it. We'll be arguing all day. Jones was good. Took chances as a DB, have a chance sometimes, and never will be good. I wish we could have kept him, but it is what it is. I wish we would have kept Jack Jones. I wanted a few. For those that knew what he did or what type player he was as far as coverage was concerned, yes, he's instinctive. That's what happens when he gets that. That it was just what he done and the coverage he did. Got beat. Every corner does, but he would forget about it and come back and make a play. I'll use that type corner. And so the let down is young shit. The let down, you can't do that. You know, the let down and worrying about it and getting beat and not trying to make the tackle or doing something depending on your safety to do it. But that's got to happen all the time. The good ones don't do that because they don't get catched on very often. But they picked on his ass overwhelmingly, both dudes, overwhelmingly, and I expect that this year, man. I expect teams to try to run against us, and it ain't gonna stop. But throwing the football, I got problems. Greedy is playing against, you're getting some work in, man. I'm hearing that. Red Twan, what's up, brother? Blessings to you, man. Always in health and spirit. I hope you're doing well, brother. I got you locked in to the Holler Squad, bro. Let's hope that you can win a championship, bro. Twan was the second champion in that league. The second Holler Squad champion. Gabe was the first one. And then I won it last year, both leagues. JT Woods was a great pickup. Can cover Lonnie Johnson's spot backup DB. I hope so. I wasn't with Lonnie Johnson playing any cornerback or any safety at all. Soldier have trouble staying on the field. That just gets me further. This dude's gonna start. We're gonna take over now. The young guys, we're gonna have to expect these young guys to play, man, because Eric Stokes has problems getting hurt. Is a corner team. He's a rookie this year, right? Alec, what's up, Alec? How you doing? Rock, what's up, man? How you think being here? Is he Greedy's a rookie? So either he's overwhelming these guys. It can't be to the point to where they ain't got no one to get, because they could just about get anybody right now. But if it's gonna come to the point to where, Collins, where there you go, cool kid. He was even saying that shit. But when Greedy Vance is a rookie and he's overachieving and overwhelming and doing things right, throw his ass in there, man. I'm willing to throw anybody else in there, but I'm just not happy with Eric Stokes. He might be amazing, bro. He might come to light and get the chance. He had the chance all last year, played well, but he's not Jair Alexander. Wasn't close. Plus, he was on a better defense with a good coaching staff. He's in the same situation he was in coaching staff wise, but you're talking about Eric Stokes being the main DB, the not the shutdown guy, but the main guy on that defense as far as coverage. Are we cool with that? And Mayo going to do that good in pass coverage full time? Who's Mayo? Oh, the Cameron? Who? Mayo, I don't know who that is, bro. Palomar? Breathe on your own time up here, yeah. You get that shit. Ernest, yep. We got to get it right. Power Mile. I'm happy with Power Mile, man. I've always said this, bro. I ain't gonna talk shit about a UDFA that moves up to the starting line, but you work hard, bro. I give it up to you. I ain't gonna talk shit about Power Mile till you start doing stupid shit. But you can expect that from him, but you have it. And he does things not up to Pro Bowl at status or getting noticed status. He does his job, bro. And he hits, he tackles, he takes it up for the team. He's a leader. I'll give it up to a USC guy. I very rarely do that, but I'll do it. Right, man. I want to give it up to the people that were here, man. People that showed me love, man. My opinion, Alec, we the people. There we go. We got Alec again. DCAM not been ball hop really before, but his speed, his makeup speed is great. Getting picks is. I'd rather you break that shit up. Let your defense get a pass rush going. Getting the ball back and having a turnover would be great, bro. I understand that. But you're going to do more pass breakups than you are picks. If you're a guy that sits back there and you get picks all the time, then you're going to be in the Pro Bowl and you're going to get all these accolades. But if you get just as much credit if nobody can catch a ball on you. And if you cover, you'll get just as much credit for that. The picks are just generously handed to you. And if you're that type of guy where you can cover like that, you're gonna get recognized. Believe you me, if you cover great, you're gonna get recognized. If you want CD Lamb and he don't get shit, that next game they're gonna start talking about you. Tell you about that. They're gonna worry about you because people don't do that. Do we have the guys that can do that? If not, tell me who. Tell me who. Tell me who's gonna be that guy who's gonna be that guy in the secondary that's gonna pop and change my mind that we don't have problems with the DB. We might not have problems, bro. We might be just there and playing good defense all around. I'll take that. We playing good defense. We getting out of there on third down. We making them punt the ball, getting good field position, getting it back. Our offense scores. Boom. We start to do the same. That's the way football's played. And I don't give a fuck what type good ass players you have. We play defense like that. You're gonna get noticed that you're a damn good defense, and people don't know who you are. But how many times does that happen? In the secondary, you gotta have that guy, and who is that guy in that secondary that we have? Every team has one. But do the Raiders do? Is Eric Stokes that guy for us? And if you're one of them wait and see guys, I'm not, because I'm gonna say, oh, Eric Stokes is gonna do this, which he's never done. And the expectations of Eric Stokes is not good anyways coming in. Somebody's out there saying, well, Eric Stokes is going to be the decisive DB on our team. You're tripping because he's never done that. And then Pete Carroll changes that, then I'll be convinced. But it takes that instead of gameplay, then I'm just talking shit then. And I'm good at that. We will have a better idea Thursday. We have to beat the Seahawks. Who is their quarterback, Evan? I think we might see. I don't think we're going to see Donald, but that big quarterback that came from Alabama, didn't he go there? What was that big one from Alabama? Started with an M. Didn't they get him? I don't know. He was supposed to be a Raider for a minute. Milrow, yeah, he's out there. I seen him on this training camp. That's a big dude. Big boy right there. I hope he doesn't get his spot against us, because he can run too. We can stop him on the run play. It's gonna be a vanilla game, I expect, but they got Milrow and Drew Lock and Donald. They still got Drew Lock. He went on that trade, didn't he? From Denver. I remember they made that big ass trade, got rid of Noah Fant and all that shit. We're gonna see a little dose on Milrow. Drew Lock might start because he's probably the number 2. But Milrow will get a good dose on Milrow. Get to see who the Raiders then pick. Their favorite in that game, it's over there. What is it favored by? Is it 3 points, 7 points? They get wild in Seattle. I know that. But they're starting off a new coach, and it ain't because Milrow, I tell you that. They got bets on preseason games. Two 2 point. There's going to be a lot of vanilla team. We're not going to see really what we're trying to do. I'm pretty sure there's not a game plan. I'm pretty sure they want to work on things. That's what preseason usually is about. You work on things and you try to see if, like, the rotation with the linemen, see if that's working. they come from what I know, what preseason, the coaches get together and say, hey, we're gonna throw our ones out and we're gonna mix it's like the matchups. We're gonna match up our twos or sprinkle in some twos with the ones to see what they got in this situation. Like if there's a situation, we're gonna put a one in here, and the coaches agree with that shit. And then it's just a organized game, but they're not. You might see some things that they're working on. You can bet on preseason game. I knew that a little bit, but who would do that? You don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. You can bet on anything now. I think you can bet on fucking hopscotch if you want to. I bet. Hey, during the season, I want to have a prediction league of calling games to see if you can get 100%. I won that a couple years ago. There was another commentator that begged me to. He said he could beat me and shit, and then we bet like $100. I never got that money, but I waxed him, bro. I used to bet back in the day. I used to have a homeboy that was a bookie. He got busted though. My opinion is the better, man. They give me some advice and say what's going on. I watch a lot of stuff. I got friends of mine that are in that. The older generation used to make a living betting and playing shit. Used to be outside paying rent. I'm with betting, basketball game. More betting is basketball game. Have you guys ever got into fantasy basketball? I love fantasy football, but if you ever got into fantasy basketball, it's amazing, bro. I love playing it. I don't dig baseball. I don't dig baseball that much. It's kind of the same for football, but kind of the same for basketball. Too many bunch of games, but the players you gotta really work on who's playing because those guys are off. GL Max, what's up, man? How you doing? I want enough for a piece of land this season. So that's my goal. You ought to win to get a piece of land. Where you live at? You live in Cali? Good luck. Where you live at? You live out there where you could get land? Over here, man, it's a bad idea about that shit. California just, we're so adapted to the California deficits we're in. Fresno did some stupid shit. I can't believe it. Oh, you live in Canada, bro. It's better than living in the USA, bro. My opinion, the Canadian. Is it good with that free healthcare over there, huh? I bet you got cancer, man. You dead. That's it, huh? That's it. Only gonna go so much. I thought Canada had free healthcare. I know Mexico does. But we want to do that here. We gotta pay up the wazoo to fucking get a fucking tooth pulled around here. Unless you got to work 50 years to get a little $20 copay. There we go. I made a lot of bread in the 80s and 90s bet on the 49ers and Duke basketball. I made a lot of money on UNLV basketball, bro. I made a lot of money with what's his name, boxing, the money team, bro. Merriweather. Every fight, bro, was a G or two, and then fucking boom. I bet you he loses. All right, let's go. Never lost. Every time he boxes, I will make money, bro. Even though my friends used to get mad at me, bro, because I would take like the Mexican dude he was fighting. I was like, well, you gonna fuck him up. Like they were down when he fought Canelo, and he slapped Canelo around for fucking 12 rounds. I want the easy money right there. Easy money. I like horse racing. Horse races, I bet on that. what's the yo? You want to get down to football? He said, "Fuck all this little bullshit talking." From what I know, Justice Simmons is still there. Asante Samuel Jr. is still there. Those would be assets for our team, man. So I don't know what the problem is. Is pay. I'm already in the notion that we're on a budget and we ain't gonna move the needle as far as paying people is concerned. But if we're gonna pay Kappa $11 million, $12 million, that bothers me. But we're gonna do that for Kappa, and Kappa, I don't even hear a mention in the starting lineup. So what we're doing, we're paying a backup that amount of money. It's not starter money, but a guard that had a resume that was good, but he was considered the worst lineman last year. Those long shots come in sometimes. Yeah. Kappa being the starter bothers me. I don't see him in the lineup as being a starter, bro. Just since his move happened, I see Parham there, and him and I see what they're having is JPJ's playing right side guard, and they got Parham on the left side, which is cool with me because Parham played best when he was next to Miller. Yeah, he got paid a lot of money, man. I didn't know he got paid that much until yesterday. But I just thought he's a guard, legit right guard, and he could play that. So, you mean left guard? You playing left guard? JPJ played left guard before. So I don't know if he's playing right or left. Parham is a left guard. All right. Well, that's what I just said. I said they have, and our problem has been right guard for years. Even last year, we had a problem on that right side. But I don't think our safety. I don't think our right guard now with Glaze coming in the mix and having a good job. He just has another year and top that year. That was real quick. There's this favoritism towards a guy that he knew and probably knew his work ethic and he was real cool with for Tampa. I was in a lot of checking out what Spike Tech has done, trades that he has done. I don't know if I have it on my phone, but they were looking now as for a corner from Tampa Bay that David or something like that. I was looking at. Where's it at? Well, I had it. Well, a bunch of stuff on the Michael Parsons, but yeah, it was a cornerback that plays for Tampa, and we were trying to look at him because I said our situation at DB is tough. Got Malcolm Kuntz on the inside training day right now. Shout out to the 20 watching, man. I want to thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the Monday with Gravy show. I'm gonna try to do this after I get out my session at school. I go back and forth to the school, different schools during the week. So usually I get a break in between, like 8 a.m. to 10 or something like that, 11. So I could be on with you for a little bit Monday, but maybe for the rest of the week. I'm gonna try to do that, but mostly I'm gonna guarantee Monday shows. I'm gonna guarantee that. Might have some people on to talk about it. Um, I'll probably go ranting for a long ass time if things don't pan out, but hopefully Friday, I could get on and we could discuss on what we seen, what I seen, and maybe maybe one preseason game I could change my mind about this secondary. I don't see Mumford playing guard, bro. People like that, man, but he's a big dude. That's a big guy right there. Guards can be big, but their feet, I don't think he has that, man. He has tackle motion, tackle range, and he could play. He could play guard, but it's a different situation. If we do zone blocking, he's not good for it. Probably can though. I haven't dissected him in a way to where I've seen film on him, but I watched games. I watched him in games, and he moves all right. But the speed, what I'm anticipating is faster moving offense, a faster moving offensive line. I don't see him doing that. I see Parham in it. I see JPJ in it at guards. Kappa could do it, but you know, Meredith is probably not going to be expected to pull or move his feet more, but he's a stronger guy, and he was a damn good guard too. So the moving around is concerning. But if it pans out to where JPJ has to play guard, then why are we arguing about it? You know, if we have problems at center, then obviously the best thing to do is see if. But why is JPJ playing guard then? If he's such a good center, why are we moving him around like that? Are we that bad at guard to where we have to move our best center to guard and play a center that's never played that before? Geomax good depth in the secondary. Who's the good depth? I don't know about that, bro. Look at it. There's not one name on that depth that impresses me right now, except what I'm hearing, and that's Greedy. It's how you use him. If Mekhi Becton can do it for Harbaugh, 6'7", 335, lining up next to Joe at right tackle. Chargers line gonna do things this year. I don't see them running zone though. You can have a 6'7" guard, but he needs to be able to move. 363 pounds is gonna run way different than a guy that's 340. You gotta know that, bro. Mumford's a big dude. And can he move? Can he move? I seen him play well at tackle. He was in there for we got beat, but shit. He ain't Miller. Mumford is not close to Miller in my book. Good depth at quarterback, running back. Receivers, O-line look better. Secondary, a huge concern. Geomax is with me. Our line, if it stays the way, if the names are there, the way it stays, and I've seen the way they played, the way they have it now is cool with me. I'm cool with that. Even moving JPJ, I'm good. But if we're not concerned about DB room, we're always flashing back the offense because the offense is doing things. I'm not hearing what the defense is doing. Is it so good to where it's all good and we're not talking about it? Or we just looking at the offense as, creators and media people. And they're not talking about the defense, but we need to be concerned. Hey man, we got problems on the DBs. We lost a guy that wasn't important to me. And we're saying, well, who next? That next man up, how good is he? Or we just fall in love with the guy and then say, hey, I seen Greedy Vance on a couple of shows. and he sounds like a good dude, like a football player that says, "I'm gonna do what I have to take to get out there." Yes, yes, yes. We'll do it. But and when you're in there, I'm hearing that he's showing things out there. And if you're doing shit against the threes, and you're with the ones, you should be doing that. You should be doing that. So what benefit are these receivers going to get a playing twos? You're going to do it, but is that what we're hearing? Are we hearing that Thornton's getting bombs and getting all these touchdowns, and all these receivers are getting touchdowns on number 2 and 3 corners? Is that what we're highlighting? Well, let's talk about what are we doing with Thornton against DeCamp, or Thornton against Porter, or Thornton against this, or JB. What are we hearing about that? Who's covering these guys? Why are we letting these catches happen? Who's doing that? That's what I'm concerned with. See, now talking about the defense because they scrambled to fill the what? Yes, sir. Max is right. I think the same thing, bro. Got himself a 2-year contract for $20 million from the Bolts. Who did? What's his name? The center. I don't give a fuck. I heard he's having a hard time even get some more pass look this year. I hope so. I hope Michael Mayer gets a lot more. He's a damn good tight end. He was the best tight end coming out that year. And he had a little mental thing, but as long as that straightened out, we're hearing good things about him too. Have a problem with that. But we can bump up this offense all we want. And I think that offense is going to be good. But what I do is we keep moving up. Oh, Michael Mayer's going to be good. And I think that we'll take care of a receiver. We'll take care of Jacoby. Jacoby's there. So I don't think if it's a big rush or problem, he just wants to know, am I getting my money? But he's there, so I don't look like a problem. That it's a problem or issue. He has until a whole year to get paid. They just want to soon. They want to know. They want to be relaxed and not worry about it. And that's a team that's a good thing. It's not like he's working for free. He's getting paid. Michael Myers is a sleeper, going to be good trade bait before the trade deadline. Might be. He might be. I'm sad to say it, but he might be. He's the one that has the clout or the clout to do it. Excuse me. I think the D will be 15 to 20 overall. I'm not going to say nothing, in my opinion. I'm not going to say nothing. But that DB room is a concern. Won't even talk about Daniel Falele playing right guard for the Raiders, 6'8", 360 after losing 20 pounds in the offseason. That's a big dude. And that's Baltimore's defense. The only time I see them run zone is with quarterbacks, bro. And they do not have a running back or a quarterback like we got. You could put Kappa. You could put fucking the no-names guy that we have. That Putnam guy, you can put them on Baltimore, and I'm pretty sure they'll get a lot of yards. An efficient quarterback and a big-ass, badass running back that they got. They got so many options over there. And our offense is going to be good, but not like that good. If we could score 24 points a game, it looked like it. But you know one thing I haven't heard, man, about our running game? Our running game, I haven't heard nothing about it. Have you guys? Geo Max, we'd be balanced, bro. Balance is the key. Of having the guys around top 10, around there, 15 to 10, one or other, you'll hit playoffs, bro. And you can do things. If we got an offense that's 25th and then your defense is 3, That's no win, bro. You ain't gonna do much with that. And that's always been that way. You look at the stats of the playoff teams; they're good in either area, or great in one area, and they're good in another one. They're up there. It's ready. Oh, wait, here we go. They're just saying Jitsi looks good and it's catching out of the backfield. That's a good thing. We're probably not going to see him that much. We might see the other guys, but I expect him to get some. Mostart hadn't been there, huh? He's having a baby. I expect Mostart to get some easing in Thursday because he hasn't been there. That'll be the only time that would be acceptable. But I expect a lot from Mostart. I've been saying that. Mostart is a big key to this successful running game. Big key. Give it to the Raiders to get us hyped during the offseason just to use it disappointed during the season. Hope that doesn't happen this year. Me neither. But I'm bringing it to light, bro. This stuff that we should talk about. It ain't all good over here. Offensively, we look great. We look this, but look that. This changing of the offense concerns me, and we're gonna talk about it. But this defense and secondary hasn't changed, bro. We haven't done nothing, and it's obvious out there. But we're sitting here saying Eric Stokes is gonna ball out. We got to be out of our mind, dude, because he never has. Or because he's a Raider now, he's gonna be a fucking All Pro. Could happen. Could happen. Who is that? McCormick? Yeah, Genty. He could catch, bro. I'm very, very happy. Y'all see me when we picked him. I was hollering out, let's get Genty for months. And everybody wanted to trade back and get another different guy. There were guys out there, but there was a guy like Genty. What he did. There wasn't a guy like that. We had a couple more minutes. Braves had the best overall winning percentage of preseason history. Shit, when was that, bro? Last time I remember was preseason games. When did we ever go? We went 0 and something last year. Did we win any games with McDumbass? Oh, that might be that, but that don't mean shit. I remember with our show, we went 4-0 in preseason. We got fucking waxed. We won 2 games. I'm not saying Pete Carroll's a bad coach. It's been 30 plus years of suffering, heartbreaks, PTSD. I've been having that shit, Leaky. I've been having that. That's why I kind of think I say the things. I used to be excited, man, for the team, and everybody's gonna ball out, and then I would say, "Why did this happen to this guy? Why was I so pumped up about this guy?" And you know what did it to me, bro? Is last year, with all the Luby shit and all the 2.0ing that we do, I'm glad we're not doing it now because it's weird, bro. And look what he did when he got in there. I don't give a. You can't tell me he didn't get a fucking chance. And I was the best player in football, one of the best players in football. That when there's a fumble based on who did it to you, fuck that. You got the ball twice and you let it go. And that's not even as much as McCaffrey gets hurt and unreliable he is. He ain't close to that fucking dude. And that was just last year. But pertaining to that, man, the guys that I knew that Clayton Farrell wasn't going to be, I knew that Tyree Wilson wasn't going to do shit. Just the bigger he is, the way Al Davis used to say things back in the 80s and 90s, the bigger, faster, stronger, that works. That worked then. Now these guys are way bigger, way faster and stronger, but you had different levels of that. Your linemen were bigger. Now the linemen these days are bigger, faster, stronger. They're faster than some linebackers, and that wasn't the case back then. when he was saying that. It's different. Football is way different. We need to evolve from that. I think Pete Carroll was good at that. Chip Kelly is definitely good at that. And Chip Kelly was ahead of his time when he was in Philly. No players were with that. No players were with Chip Kelly's way he did. The way he did things. Tempo and doing all this. And they weren't with that running around fast shit. When it came, it was successful. They didn't heed to that. They didn't like it. I don't know why they're even thinking that Shady McCoy is a fucking Hall of Fame guy next year. What the fuck? If Shady McCoy gets into the fucking Hall of Fame, I'm not ever gonna watch the Hall of Fame again, or be saying or talk about the Hall of Fame, because that's bullshit. Shady McCoy in the fucking Hall of Fame. One good year with Chip Kelly, he didn't do shit. Of anybody, the what's worse is that Fred Taylor's not on there. Fred Taylor's a Hall of Fame running back. Fucking wrong with that guy? And what Shady McCoy's next up? Fuck that, bro. You got to be tripping. Fred Taylor's a Hall of Famer, bro. Remember that, Gravy? We were 4-0 a couple years ago. I don't remember that. There's been so many losses, bro. I don't remember that. I wouldn't be excited about. I would be like, "Hey, we got something going," but I ain't gonna be excited. But we can look at the Lions go 4-0 in preseason, 0-17. Yeah, that happens. Bro. It's just they're checking out dudes, man. They're checking out guys. No, he's not. No, he's not, Sally. When the Raiders start the season 4-0, it's fair weather fans. We start coming back from the dead. We're gonna do that. Every team does that, bro. Wait till the 49ers go 4-0 this year. Wait till Dallas goes 4-0 this year. Everybody, ESPN, all these motherfuckers are going to have a number one prediction. They're going to beat Philly. He'll do all this shit. Watch. Just wait. Well, the Raiders go 4-0, but we're fucking 15 and something, 15 win season. Check it out. I ain't like that no more, bro. I love my team. Believe you me, I do. Passionate about my team. Believe you me, I am. But I ain't going to take away just a couple of old he balling, and a structured environment to gameplay, and then we see you fuck up. And if I'm wrong, I'll admit it. Believe me, I'll admit it in front of all y'all. I will. Yeah, they all hurt, man. I'm concerned with that because I'm eyeballing some 49er receivers in fantasy. So. A couple of them. There's a couple good guys over there that'll give backups. I don't want to give my philosophy out, but you guys know what's up. I'm excited about fantasy football, man. How many leagues y'all in? Todd Chris is a great player. Oh, I never seen him commentate. Oh, there it is. That's the thing. Didn't he used to be Robbie something? Was he like a Sin Richards, Robbie something? Yeah, that fucked up bit crazy over here. Wasn't he at Carolina? He got busy for a minute and then all their guys are hurt. I took Ayuk late. Ayuk could be a baller. You ain't gonna play till late though. He had a crazy injury. I don't know if he's there now. But that Paracel guy gonna step up. They got Janney. Got a couple of guys that are on a 49er team that you could possibly make some good points on fantasy. They got some guys. But hey, man, I'm gonna get out of here. I want to thank everybody for being here, man. My opinion, thank you for being here. Alec, Vaselli, Geo Max, Leaky, a bunch of people. We had John Seven Studios in here. We have Mike, Steve DeLuna was in here. Mike Guerrero was in here, man. My boy Omar was in here. Cool Kev was in for a little bit, saying what's up. We the People was in here saying what's Money Chuck was in for a minute. All these guys, man, everybody, if I missed you, I'm sorry. But we'll get back at it. Raider Paul, what's up? Ernest, what's up? My boy Cool Kev, We the People. ACLX Psycho, man, what's up? My boy Rock. Man, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here with Coach Gravy. I'll see you the next one. I'll pop up when I can, man, to talk about some stuff. Things start getting a little bit more juicy. I'll come up here, man. We'll talk about it. We'll see what's up. But you guys have a wonderful evening. I hope everybody had a great day, work day. It's Happy Monday. Peace out, Raider Nation. Once again.